Hey, good afternoon to you, and welcome here to the campus of Montana Tech as we have Orediggers football here on a Saturday afternoon as the Battlin Bears coming to town to take on the Digs. Thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision. Paul Padisco, Ron Haskett, as the Digs getting ready to take on the Bears as we are underway in our 125th year here on the campus of Montana Tech. The 125th celebration underway, and looking forward to this one as the Battlin Bears, the team that Montana Tech has played the most in their football history.
Yeah, that'll come as a shocker to a lot of people.
I think so.
What was Rocky? What was the history of their school name there?
So Rocky, the original. So the school started in Helena as Helena Wesleyan. So it was Montana Wesleyan in Helena. Then another school started in Billings called Billings Polytechnic. Those two combined, I believe it was in the 40s, like the early 40s, possibly in that vicinity. They became Rocky Mountain College. So when I say we have played Rocky more than anyone, I'm taking into account games with Montana Wesleyan and games with Billings Polytechnic and Rocky Mountain College.
Yeah, fair enough. But, it's exciting times around here. The whole uptown's decorated with the 125 from Montana Tech, which is nice to see. You know, we talk at length about how vested Silver Bow County and Butte, Montana is in this program up here. And you can see it in the tailgate. You can see it in the stands. And there's a lot of excitement. You know, where I like to see it is in the youth that are wearing Montana Tech stuff versus, for many years, a lot of cat and grizz, and understandably so. I got no issue with that. But a lot of these young school-age children in this area are fully bought in here as well, and you see them walking around the tailgate, you see them in the stands, and they're all decked out in their Montana Tech gear, which is really, really cool to see.
Yeah, completely is the case, and certainly something that has, swung and changed through the years, and a whole lot of it is because of this. You look at this game day, you look at our tailgate, you look at the people that are here. Game day is a big deal for a lot of families that make put in some miles to get here, and we certainly couldn't do it without them. So getting ready for what should be a fun one here is Montana Tech taking on Rocky Mountain College, our new look at Frontier Conference. So right now, both Montana Tech and Rocky Mountain College are in the East Division of the Frontier Conference. So this game is considered a non-conference matchup. They will play later as a conference game, but this one counts as a non-conference matchup today.
Can I guess that the later one is in Billings?
Yes.
It is.
That it is.
Yeah, and to touch it, and to go back on what we were just talking about, give credit where credit is due. Montana Tech and their athletic department and their whole school up here really spreads their wings out into the community. These players are involved in schools, walks to class, reading opportunities with the youth and around, and they're seeing these guys a lot more often than just Saturday afternoons on game day. So, it's a credit to the leadership up here at Montana Tech getting really involved out there in the community through all their sports programs, not just the football program. They're all their sports programs, and it's really cool to see.
Well, again, hopefully everything going well for you on a Saturday. As of right now, a really nice day here in Butte, Montana. We have a little bit of wind out of the south, so some sunshine should be a good day. Montana Tech enters 2-0. Rocky Mountain College enters 0-1. Their lone game coming in week 1, where they fell to the College of Idaho in Billings. So let's start things off on the Tech side. Haskey, when you look at Montana Tech, what jumps off the page at you with 2 games under their belt?
I've been thinking about this all week. I even bored my wife on our walk this morning with these details. The thing that sticks out with Montana Tech being 2-0 right now is they've beat 2 storied, well-coached football programs. You go back 2 weeks ago to UM Western and Ryan Norse, and we've all watched his success down there, right? A well-coached team, always in the mix. And then you go up to Carroll College and Troy Parcell, and the Saints, again, well coached. They obviously know what they're doing. They've succeeded everywhere they've ever been. Okay, you take that into Montana Tech. Those 2 coaches know that Montana Tech at quarterback is young, right? They haven't even selected one, so to speak, yet. They're playing 2. They're playing Jake Casagrande and they're playing Jarrett Wilson. It is clear from the tape and from watching that those guys aren't being put in real tough situations. It's tough to take the ball from under center anyway, right? But But I don't think Montana Tech's attempted more than 20 passes in either one of those first 2 games, right?
Yep.
So these 2 coaches from these 2 programs, they know damn well Montana Tech has to run the ball to be successful. Okay? They know it.
Yes.
It is really difficult to run the ball when people know you're running it. I don't know if people know that. It's really hard.
Yep.
And Tech is playing a physical brand of football that I'm not going to say I haven't seen it in a long time, but losing 26 seniors last year, bringing all this youth in here, it is amazing to me how confident and how physical they're playing the game of football right now. I haven't even touched on the defense.
Yep.
But offensively, what they've done is just floored me. It's absolutely floored me. You go back to the new starting tailback, Wakees Johnson, and that offensive front, and I mean it's just incredible. He's averaging close to 175 yards per game on the ground. That's amazing what they've done to 2 guys leading programs that absolutely 100% know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so that's a credit to this coaching staff up here and the players of just prepping, right? So what do you do to that? I mean, do you blitz the hell out of it? Do you shoot gaps? Do you hit? Do you read? These teams are trying everything, but Montana Tech is getting the adjustments. You watch Montana Tech before they snap the ball. There's either a full set adjustment or there's a motion that they're going to get themselves in position to move the football. And it's really good coaching is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's not to throw shade at either one of those other programs, but these guys are clearly being led by people that know what they're doing, because it's absolutely floored me. And I don't know if I can explain it any better than that.
Well, I think the 2 words you brought up, physical and confident, I think those really are 2 kind of the key words right now for the way this team is playing. They're extremely physical on both sides of the ball. We are seeing an active defense that is flying all over the field. You mentioned that a little bit earlier. And then that confidence of the youth. I just think that they have really come out and just played exceptionally well, exceptionally hard. And we don't even know what their ceiling is right now. You know, you look at that offense and, you know, we've got those young quarterbacks. We've got young guys everywhere. And we really haven't seen the offense firing on all cylinders yet. Oh. And once that happens, that's scary. I mean, that especially with the play action ability of both quarterbacks. And then you look at Jarrett Wilson in particular with the play action side of things. If that opens up a can of worms that I'm not sure many people can contain, if this offense really gets its vibe and starts to go.
I'm not saying it's guarded, and I'm not saying it's scared, but it is real careful what they're demanding of their quarterbacks right now. But I mean, it's just insane what they're doing. Some people might look at it as get a little boring. Well, sometimes boring wins you a lot of football games. But then you transfer to the other side of the ball, the defense. And I mentioned that early in that Western game. This defense is playing really fast, and they're playing really physical. And I'm talking corner to corner, safety on down. Defensive front is active. Those guys get out of pass rush situations. They retrace their steps. They're getting guys tackled to the ground before they can get a full head of steam, whether they're out in the flat or just on the perimeter or just slightly downfield. But the level of physicalness that's coming out of their secondary, and I'm going to highlight a couple guys here. Jace Thompson and Peyton Gonzer at safety. Those guys are nasty, and they're good players. They're athletic, and they are belting people when they get to the football. So then you go to the corners. Christian Hansen and David Lowry, they're pretty filthy too.
Yeah.
And they're active in the tackling game. You don't always see that, but and then Tel Arthur and Kellen Bell are there at the inside linebackers, and then that defensive front. I mean, you're talking about Oaks, you're talking about Yates, you're talking DeVos and Rowe, who just stepped up last week and just played a great game. It was nice to see him kind of emerge into that defensive front. But it's a lot of fun. And that hype video, I don't share much Montana Tech stuff on social media. I shared the one yesterday.
I'll tell you.
And go watch it. If you're somewhat connected to me, go watch that and see the level of hitting that's going on in these football games. It's insane.
Well, and the level of talent of, we have to talk about Kyle Torgerson. Kyle Torgerson does the hype videos. He is so insanely talented, a kid I just love. And he is just, He's incredibly good. So, yeah, check it out. And actually, we'll have one of them on to bring the guys onto the field. So, life as we know it is good.
That is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, thanks for joining us. We are here on Digger Vision. Montana Tech getting ready to take on the Battlin Bears. We'll take a break. We are back here. We'll talk about starters. We'll talk about the conference and more after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Reisig, an orthopedic surgeon here in Butte, Montana with specialty training in foot and ankle. I chose orthopedic surgery because I get to actively help my patients enjoy their lives. The human body in general is just really amazing. The way everything works as a unit, the way the bones, tendons, muscles all work to function and just make people move is something that I've always found incredibly fascinating. And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing a patient get better because of the work we did together.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Hey, welcome back here once again as we take a look at the tailgate. I wish we had a teleprompter. We could show you where the good food is at. We could be like, you're going to find pork chops over here in the right corner, up here. We need to get, somebody want to give us some money so we can get a teleprompter in here? That'd be so good.
Yeah, start circling.
We'd just be like, all right there is where you want to go for a beverage over here.
And we'd put a big red X over anybody serving vegetables.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, thanks for joining us as Oredigger football here on a Saturday. Rocky Mountain College, as we mentioned, comes in 0-1. Their lone game coming last week to the College of Idaho. That one had an early kick. I was able to watch a pretty good chunk of that, honestly, before I got on the road to go to Helena last week. And, they kind of duked it out with one another, did Rocky and College of Idaho. Rocky ended up throwing the ball quite a bit. But I still, it feels like that's still going to be their identity as I look at it. You've got Trent Novak at quarterback, 19 of 31 last week, completing 61% of his passes, 336 yards. He threw 3 touchdowns, did not turn the ball over. So certainly a good day for Trent, and he was the only quarterback that was seen for Rocky Mountain College. On the ground, they've always kind of gone by committee, and they always do a good job by committee. You've got Tough Adams, a sophomore running back, had 9 carries for 20 yards. Brock Ping had 5 carries for 4 yards, and the quarterback had 2 carries for -5. So not much running room, not much going on the ground at all for Rocky Mountain College against, historically, a very good defensive front for the College of Idaho.
I was going to say, and that's a foreshadow into a couple weeks when College of Idaho will come into Butte to play the Montana Tech Orediggers, and it looks to me like it's going to be somewhat of a run-stingy defense, right?
Yeah.
And then you take what I just mentioned in the pregame about Montana Tech. They want to run the ball. I don't know. We'll see how much they have to run the ball, but that's something's going to give, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and I have to miss that game. So what a bummer.
It's going to be interesting to see what that next step is for this Montana Tech offense. We kind of talked about that idea that, just kind of growing things week in, week out, getting your quarterbacks comfortable, getting them in their game. It'll be interesting to see how much more we see kind of open that up this week. The other one I expect to see more this week as well is I think we're going to see a little bit more of that running back room. It's a talented room. We've only really gotten the highlight video of one guy, and he leads the nation in rushing, so he's awfully good. But there are some real talented guys in that running back room, and I kind of expect to see a few more of them get folded in here today as well.
Yeah, you've seen Milanowski getting mixed in, and again, congratulations to him, Frontier Special Teams Player of the Week with the big block punt down there at Carroll College last week. But, we'll see. I didn't know this until, I don't know, maybe an hour ago, that Waquise Johnson may be dealing with a sore foot or a sore ankle or something. So we'll see just how much his services are needed full-time today or not. But I tell you what, he is such a pleasure to watch. He is just a banger. And he doesn't go looking for the contact. Of course, he's a good running back. He runs to daylight, right?
Yep.
But when it's necessary, the guy can absorb hits, and the guy's got incredible balance. You watch him like on those hard runs from the 5 to 2, the 3 yard line going in, how much contact he'll take, stay on his feet, and get that ball across the goal line. And, he's just been what a absolute pleasant surprise there in the backfield, and there's no drama with it either. I mean, he is all business, and he really fits the culture of this Montana Tech offense.
And I'll throw it out there now. I pestered him all week about coming on the Orediggers podcast, and he's going to join me, and we just have to figure out when. But it's taken some significant arm twisting. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, come on, we got to sit down and talk.
Right.
So stay tuned. Yeah. We'll have Waquise on sooner or later.
It'll be good. In the cell there is, Butte Montana Tech obviously love you. Let us learn more about you.
It.
So,
right
that'll be a good one to tune into.
Well, as we get ready for the start of this one, Montana Tech taking on the Battlin Bears, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break, pay some bills. We're back here in just a bit.
Hey, Dave Brennan here with Case IH. One of the new options for model year 2024 is going to be an open spoke gauge wheel. That open spoke gauge wheel is going to be available on all 2000 series planters. That's going to help those growers in adverse conditions with a muddy or high residue conditions minimize that plugging in and around that gauge wheel area. For more information on this new offering of open spoke gauge wheels, visit your local Case IH dealer.
Welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech as we get ready for Oredigger football here on Digger Vision as a Montana Tech getting ready to take on the Battlin Bears of Rocky Mountain College. And in a game like this, obviously, these two teams, this game is always physical. This game is always real. I don't even know how to put that. It is one of those games that it feels like the tension and the energy around it is a little bit elevated. How do you prepare for a game like that? How do you keep your calm in a game like that? How do you keep the team's calm and just kind of get through it?
Well, the way I always kind of looked at it, and this isn't fair to Butte or the Butte community or anything, but the way I always looked at it is it was kind of country versus city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just seemed like Rocky was always like highlight reelish,
Okay.
And you wanted to try and bring them down to earth type thing, with just kind of hard work and hard hitting and stuff like that. But just getting into the game, it's just it's going to be interesting to see after the first series or two, just the feel out process. They've got one game to look at with Rocky Mountain College, and like from an offense looking at a defense, you think, okay, what did you see in the first game? I never watched Rocky. I don't know if they're an odd front, even front. Do they bring pressure? Do they lay back? What kind of coverages do they play? that can always change week to week. So the feel-out process here that I like to watch just in these first 2 series, or just between, the first couple plays. I don't know if Montana Tech scripts their plays or not. I live across the street from the head coach, and 2 doors down from his assistant head coach, and you get 0 secrets out of any of them. So I just pitch them a little crap. And they give it back, but they give me good swag. That's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
He did hook you up with swag. So the Digs take the field, ladies and gentlemen. As a Montana Tech getting ready to take on the Battlin Bears. Let's take a look at the last few years here of this matchup and give you kind of the rundown on how things have gone recently. Montana Tech got the win a year ago, 38-0. They fell in Billings 28-21 in the year 2023. And from there, honestly, it's been kind of back and forth. We've seen a couple wins here, a loss or 2 here. Montana Tech had a 4-game winning streak from 2015 to 2018. But otherwise, there's some good runs through there. But it's usually one that kind of is back and forth. And it is another one that really usually doesn't depend on the records much. You're never going to be able to tell when these two get after it.
Yeah, I think a lot of the really good Rocky teams over the last, I hate to date myself, but 30, 35 years, both as a coach and as a player, and of course, covering them here. When I think about some personalities, where's Coach Armstrong? Is he with Choate, Nevada? Where's he at?
If I'm guessing so.
Yeah, and I was talking to some people in the tailgate about when he was there and what the exceptional job that he did. A few of those Western guys were out there in NAIA football. I think of Norse, I think of Armstrong, I think of B.J. Robertson, and Choate. I'm not going to sit here and fly the flag of UM Western right now, but knowing all those guys through their playing years and through their coaching years, it's kind of fun. But I always liked what Coach Brian Armstrong did at Rocky Mountain College. I thought he did an exceptional job, and the players. The players, they always played hard, and they really had a good system. And just like a lot of things, grab him and move him. Staff him and brought him to the Montana State University. And you just as a head coach, you're always looking for upward growth of your assistants, and you promote it. That was part, like even when Bob Green was here, that was part of his first spiel when he used to talk to the staff, the first staff meeting of the year. He promotes upward, the upward moving of his assistants, and will support that in any way he always could. And you can see that with a lot of these personalities.
Well, as the teams get ready to roll here, if you're Rocky Mountain College, you're on the road, tough environment. Obviously, they've done a good job winning here throughout the years. What's the important thing you want to get established early?
Well, it's just kind of doing what you want to do. And, with Tech, it's going to be, moving the sticks, good positive yards on first and second down, and giving your offense, pass run options if you do get to third down. And just knowing what you're doing is kind of working, because so much even their throwing game comes on the heels of a successful running attack. It's a lot of play action. It's a lot of hard rollout. It's a lot of soft rollout. And the number one tell with Montana Tech's offense is the success they've had with Derek Pierce at tight end. I mean, he's just been an animal.
Yep.
And so much of a tight end success comes off the play action game.
Well, we're going to get our national anthem, ladies and gentlemen, as Heather Lingle will join us at midfield. And she will have our national anthem.
Today's game features the Battle of Bears of Rocky Mountain College and your Montana Tech Orediggers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise, remove your hats, and join us in honor of America. The singing of our national anthem, performed today by critically acclaimed artist, Montana Tech's own Heather Lingle.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem here on a Saturday afternoon as Heather Linkle presents our national anthem. So as we get ready for captain's coin toss, let's get ready for this one. Montana Tech and the Battlin Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We talked about some of the numbers for Rocky. Let's turn the coin and take a look here at Montana Tech. Jarrett Wilson has started the last 2 games. He's 14 of 19 through the air. He's completed 74% of his passes for 168 yards. He has 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jake Casagranda has 8 completions on 15 attempts, completing 53% of his passes for 125 yards, and that is where the 2 quarterbacks stand. Now, it'll be interesting to see how long that continues. If we continue to see 2 quarterbacks for a while, or if if one of them is given the reins freely from here on, that has to be something that the coaching staff talks an awful lot about day to day.
So far, it's worked out.
It has.
So far it's worked out. It's there's been times where the infusion of Jake Casagranda coming into the game, certainly a different style of quarterback. He's a pocket guy, and he runs the play-action stuff good, don't get me wrong. But he would just as soon make his play-action fake in the background, take his steps, and sit and read. He really trusts his protection well, whereas Wilson's one of those guys that's going to get out, take a look, he'll get the ball dumped, or he'll look for a chance to make a play athletically. He's got fantastic feet, fantastic speed, and the ability to break a game open with those feet. So, the pressure that puts on a defense is how far upfield do you want to get up on him to make him uncomfortable? Because, if you're an outside rush team that likes to speed rush, you get too far upfield, you start to create gaps that those good quarterbacks can expose and get up and move the chains on their feet. So, you have to be guarded. And as a defensive front at Rocky, you've really got to pay attention. What number is at quarterback back there? Because it's going to dictate what you want to do as far from an aggressive pass rush kind of a standpoint. So I don't know. It would be difficult, but they're both doing exactly what is asked of them. And I'm not going to say just don't screw it up, right? Yeah. But it's just I just want to see the maturation of their experience, through 2 games. How much more are they going to be trusted to do here? That's kind of what I'm looking at, and it's kind of exciting.
Couldn't agree. So couldn't agree more, I should say. As we get ready to roll here, our new chancellor, Dr. McLean, and his family flipping the coin. And he is one, I will urge you, if you haven't had a chance to talk to our 13th chancellor, Dr. Johnny McLean, I urge you to go talk to him. He's a great guy. Really has integrated himself well in campus and in town. He has already done some great things for us and is going to continue to do so. So, if you haven't had a chance, make it a point.
He is one of the boys in the Ematad Club tailgate. He loves it. He's fully vested into this portion of it. So you can only guess, when it comes to academics and support and leading an institution up here, that he's going to be great. And I think he's taking all the right steps. That's in my professional opinion. I'm sure everybody...
And with both of our GPAs, neither of us should be allowed on this campus.
I'm sure everybody's interested to hear what Ron Haskett has to say about the success of the new Chancellor at Montana Tech.
We talked that this is the 125th anniversary of campus, and Ron and I were both in that initial class in 1900. And
asking if he can shotgun a beer or something.
So the Battlin Bears will kick off, and back deep is Torgerson. So Levi Torgerson, and they're going to split it up here.
And this is your first test, right? Where do they kick it?
Yep.
They're going to give him a try.
And it will go deep, and he'll go out the back of the end zone. So Montana Tech's offense will bring her out, and they'll get her started.
They're getting a little wind, a little crosswind here, a little help on that kick, but fantastic kickoff right to the back of the end zone, giving Torgerson no chance for a return. That's battle number 1.
That is the truth. So Montana Tech's offense coming out. Jarrett Wilson is at quarterback.
These guys up front from Montana Tech, tackle to tackle, tight end, have got to be excited coming week to week with the success they've had just offensively on just out-physicaling their opponent.
Empty backfield as of now. We'll see if they shift. Torgerson comes in motion. He'll get it on the end around. Torgerson turns it upfield, has a block. He's out of bounds at the 33-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8. They made it look, they've come out in that situation before, and then they've shifted because White Keys was all the way out to the wide left. And they never did shift. They just gave it to Levi on the end, and off he went.
We've seen a piece of that, getting Levi involved in the running game. Of course, they handed it to him on the end around against Western, and he pulled up and threw a touchdown pass. But, that's just another way to take advantage of a really good athlete. You see him running that stuff a lot in practice, and, just maybe not as much at game time.
2nd down and 3 here for the Orediggers as Michelotti in motion. Split backs, handoff going to go to Johnson. No play action. Downfield pass is caught. Parker Johnson out to the 41. Great play action as completely left me in the dust, and that's a downfield first down for the Orediggers.
Yeah, just a little zone rollout. He's got a flooded zone out there to the right side. The first level was picked up. He went to his second level. Parker Johnson crossing on the drag route about 10 yards deep. Parker goes up strong for the ball, gets flipped up, but holds on.
So quickly to the line of scrimmage, split backs again. This time, Keys Johnson will get the ball. He has a blocker out in front. He turns the corner across midfield to the 48-yard line of Rocky. A gain of 11 on the ground for the nation's leading running back.
Yeah, not an enviable task. That time, safety Miles Wells coming up. He's a redshirt freshman out of Hardin, Montana. Comes up and makes the hit on White Keys, but not after he'd gained over 10 yards. And that's it. That's a good thing for White Keys to see. They're in the backfield, turning the corner, and seeing some daylight.
Yeah, great job out in front as the big man got around the corner. One back, one receiver split wide left is Torgerson. They'll bring him across the formation. Play action. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Nice job by the offensive front. They clear a lane, and quarterback will bring it out for a gain of 5. So Jarrett Wilson with a gain of 5.
I don't know if there's an actual read there on the fly motion out of Torgerson crossing the quarterback's face, but if there's a read there, I think I would have gave it to him. I think Torgerson had the corner turned, but Jarrett Wilson keeps it, picks up 5 yards, gives his offense an opportunity to run or throw here on 2nd down.
2nd and 5 here for the Orediggers. 2 receivers wide right. Michelotti in motion, And Johnson's going to get the ball. And he has daylight. Johnson across the 35, chopped down at the 30-yard line. White Keys Johnson is going to move the chains again. Oh, I missed him.
Yeah, just a little trap play up the middle, and Johnson saw the blocks he liked, got a little bit of a wind back, and nothing but daylight there. Big run there on 2nd and 5.
Sorry, we're killing Hornets. Bear with us. Actually, you were zoned in. I was killing Hornets. My apologies. 1st and 10. Down to the Rocky Mountain College 28-yard line. Johnson in the backfield. Snap a little low. He's able to dig it out. They're going to run that tunnel screen on the right side to Torgerson, and that's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, Jonathan Goins coming up from cornerback that time, staying on. Was that Torgerson or Michelotti?
I felt like it was Torgerson,
okay,
but I was probably wrong.
But
it was Torgy.
Yeah, they defended it really well. He just reacted well, didn't get blocked, stayed on his man, was able to make the tackle for a short loss.
The Airy Gray special, that tunnel screen to the slot. Hard snap Almost brings him across. We are going to get a flag.
I think it brought him across. Walk up there at left guard, reacted. I think we should get an encroachment.
Prior to the flag, timeout. Rocky Mountain College.
Prior to the play, he's got a timeout.
So a timeout's on the field, ladies and gentlemen. 12:06 left to play here in this first quarter with the timeout. It's a media timeout, so with it, we'll take one. We're back here right after this.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Back here once again as the band is playing, kids are dancing. We've got some sunshine and Oredigger football on a Saturday afternoon. The Digs with their first series here of this ball game, knocking on the door there at the 30-yard line of Rocky. Jarrett Wilson hands it off to Wykees Johnson. Johnson, nice stutter step across the 25. He's down to the 22. That's going to be a gain of 6, just shy of 7, it looks like.
Yeah, got just a little more half of it. That's the good thing about what you've seen in the run game. Early in this series, 2nd and 12, which, you know, to most people's a certain pass down, they just run inside zone off the left side and let Wykees pick and choose. They're having a great year up front, knowing they can move some bodies and give themselves into a 3rd and manageable and a potential 4-down situation here.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5 just outside Case IH red zone here. Jarrett Wilson moves tight end to the right side. That's Derek Pierce. Now Johnson steps up to the right side of the quarterback. Man in motion, play action. Wilson's going to throw. Steps back, drops it off to his tight end. And he is going to pick up a couple yards, be well short of the first down as Pierce with the catch down near the 20. It's going to bring up 4th down and 3 here for the Orediggers.
Cade Reynolds there coming in from linebacker to make the tackle right after Pierce grabbed that ball on the drag route.
So the Digs looking to the sideline here. Again, this is their opening series. Ball just at the 21-yard line, and as you mentioned, the offense will stay out. Play clock down to 12. 1 back, 2 receivers rights. Here comes Michelotti in motion. Wilson puts it in the belly of his tailback. Wilson wants to throw, puts on the brakes. Nice throw downfield to the 12-yard line. Derek Pierce to the 5, and that's going to be 1st and goal at the 6-yard line of the Rocky Mountain College Battlin Bears.
There's a lot of things playing quarterback.
Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, that are really tough. Finding Derek Pierce isn't one of them. He is a monster, and he makes himself a big target. Excellent route, excellent throw, catch, stays on his feet down inside the 10.
Wilson will now adjust the formation here. It looks like they're going to step in and go heavy. 1st and goal inside the Case IH red zone. Ball at the 6-yard line. Johnson gets it. Wykees Johnson with that footwork gets just inside the 5 and not much more, a gain of 1.
A lot of bodies. Just inside zone. We'll see what Montana Tech does here, if they spread them out a little bit and stick with Wykees running the ball, or if they stay in tight there. You've seen this offense over the last few years when they do bring a lot of bodies in tight, especially if there's wideouts in the game. If you see Michelotti, if you see Dylan Snyder, you see Torgerson in there tight. They like to run a lot of play-action pass out of that, getting guys on corner routes and seam routes and drag routes. So we'll see what happens because they're all in there tight again, and I'd expect this ball to go into the air.
Wilson's 4 of 4 for 24 yards through the air in this drive. Pressure coming. Play action. Wilson rolling lefts. Gets away from 1. Dumps it off inside the 5. That's Torgerson. And he worms his way down to the 2-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 2.
And repeating that previous series, I think this is 4-down territory. If you get positive yards here on 3rd down, I think Montana Tech won't even question going for it on 4th down. We've just got too many ways to get the ball moved, 2 to 6 to 8 yards. They just haven't had a bad an eye at running the football down here. Now they're heavy in there, full house backfield, and
they'll shift out of it here.
A little bit of a shift.
Now go split backs. Looks like Kurgan maybe to the right side. Handoff is going to go to Johnson. Waikese, he just had the seam, and he gets tripped up and gets knocked down.
He just recognized that he could bounce that out and got tripped up with his lead blocker. That was Tel Arthur, the linebacker, comes in and plays in these short yard situations. And they had hat on hat, but again, Montana Tech goes a little backwards on that play. Now they'll run the PAT field goal unit out here and let Casey Countsman put 3 points on the board.
And that's the case. Casey Countsman, the junior out of Butte High School, they'll mark it at the 10. So a 20-yard attempt from the right hash mark. I was a very happy camper when I learned that Casey Countsman was coming back to the mining city. So snap and hold are good. The kick is up. Plenty of leg. That one is through, and Montana Tech is on the board. The Digs leading 3-0 as they score on their opening drive. Orediggers football here on Digger Vision. We're back after this.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Nucor is a great company. They care about their people. They care about the environment.
I've never been restricted to fall in a box. I've never been told that I can't do something.
I saw it as a great opportunity to develop a career.
You create your own destiny at Nucor.
We're building something bigger out here at Nucor. Come join us.
Oh, yeah. Little Prince going on in the arena, and live as we know it is good. Actually, so the exterior crowd in the tailgate isn't as... It looks like most people realize there might be a football game on this side of the fence. For the Copper game, it really felt like there were several thousand people that were completely unaware there was a football game on this side of the fence. So it does feel like the bulk of them do.
All business here, though. The stands are filling up.
Indeed.
Yeah, getting back to Prince. I mean, I can only pick about a dozen Prince songs that I'd like to listen to before Kiss, by the way.
Well, I mean, granted, that comes with a long time. How many Prince songs were on the jukebox at the VU in your time?
That's a good question. I don't remember ever playing Prince. Played a lot of Aerosmith.
All right. Fine, be that way. So Montana Tech will kick off to the Battlin Bears, and Rocky will get a go at it offensively. Again, Montana Tech with their opening drive takes it the length of the field. Honestly, a really nice drive. 12 plays, 73 yards, 3 points.
Baranowski seems to be healing up quite a bit.
Yes.
The kickoff guy for Montana Tech, Ryder Baranowski out of Whitefish. You can see he's healed up over the last couple weeks. That was a nasty foot injury he took in the preseason.
So Baranowski blasts it, and this one is going to go out of the end zone. So the 25-yard line is where the Battlin Bears will get started, ladies and gentlemen. They'll be led out by Trent Novak, 6'3" sophomore out of Arlington, Washington. He'll be at quarterback. We'll see a couple different running backs, as we mentioned. We'll see Garrett Shawley, Brock Pang, Tough Adams.
I'm excited to watch for Rocky is Dylan Flatt. I remember watching, I did their tournaments when he was at Shields Valley, him and his twin brother. And then they had the Hoganson boys on that team. They were really fun to watch, their basketball team. And I engaged him in conversation and stuff. And he told me he was going to Rocky. So this is the first chance I've got to watch him play.
One back, 4 receivers. Ball comes out, and it looks like Tech got on it.
Yeah, he went to throw it and lost the handle. There's going to be no forward throwing motion here. It's just a drop of the football.
The ball hits the ground. Montana Tech jumps on it, and the Digs are going to take over at the 20-yard line.
Cole Graham on top of that ball. Again, you got to talk about reaction speed. This is what I was talking about in the pregame. That guy is fast. He's athletic. He's physical. He gets on this ball right away. His head's up. He's got great balance.
Take a look at the replay here. Our Case Construction instant replay. And it looked like as he pulled it back, the running back, did he run into the arm and knock that free?
I think so. There
we go. We have a different look at it here. Thanks, Jason, our tremendous replay dude. Yeah, it looks like it got his elbow. Thank you, Jason. So that ball knocked out. Montana Tech takes over. Rolling out Wilson. He's going to run with it. Wilson. Little stutter step at the 20, down the sideline to the 15-yard line.
That flag's all over the place. Yep. Probably going to get a hold there in the backfield. But you're starting to see what kind of sets Jarrett Wilson apart there at quarterback. His athleticism, the ability to turn the corner there and pick up 5 yards. You can just see the speed and athleticism, the ability to cut, and the comfort with the ball in his hands.
So the holding penalty will back them up. Montana Tech leading 3-0. Wilson 5 for 5 through the air for 27 yards. Wykeese Johnson 5 carries, 34 yards in that initial series.
My turn on the kill.
It's your turn. Yeah, it's your turn for the Hornet. I don't know where they're coming from, but your batting average is as bad as mine.
Looks like I'm trying to hit it with my pitching wedge.
Out of the shotgun. Jarrett Wilson looks over to coach. Michelati split wide lefts. Looks like Snyder up top. And Johnson in the backfield. Looking to throw. Jarrett Wilson. And, boy, there's got to be a hold here. There was hand checking there, and it looked like Michelati was just snared by the arm.
Looks like he had one on a seam and one on a corner, and the ball literally fell right in between his
Take a look at this.
Wideouts here.
It looks like. Look at the grasp on the hand here.
Yeah, and you're getting a little bit of stiff arm action out of Snyder, so they might just deem that as hand play and make it a no call. I don't think even the coaches will necessarily disagree with a no call there.
Well, we've got a timeout on the field, so with the injury timeout, we'll take one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back after this.
Hey, Dave Brennan here with Case IH. One of the new options for model year 2024 is going to be an open spoke gauge wheel. That open spoke gauge wheel is going to be available on all 2000 series planters. That's going to help those growers in adverse conditions where they're muddy or high residue conditions minimize that plugging in and around that gauge wheel area. For more information on this new offering of open spoke gauge wheels, visit your local Case IH dealer.
Back here once again as you take a look at the crowd here, the Oredigger faithful. And making his way off the field is Jabari Madison, defensive end.
Yeah, he's
walking under his own power.
Yeah, walking under his own power, but clearly in a little bit of pain there.
Yeah. So Montana Tech's offense looking at 2nd down and 20. And we will, of course, they took that deep shot on 1st down. We'll see what they bring out here on 2nd down. One receiver on each side.
I'm going to guess draw play.
Okay. Wykeese Johnson in the backfield. He'll move to the right hip. And Wykeese will get it on the draw play. Across the 25 down to the 24-yard line.
You know, coaches don't change. Sometimes you just throw it and say, whew, that one didn't get picked off. We'll fake them out with the draw play here.
just to show that Haskett was right, here's your Case Construction instant replay on the draw. Dede, I'm sorry, his ego is going to be through the roof.
Oh, it's just, I don't even think it's that. It's more of a poke at how big a simpletons football coaches can be, and defenses, even worse, can't figure it out.
They're down at 12 from someone who was coached on both sides of the ball, correct?
Right.
In motion, Torgerson. 3-step drop, has time. Drops it underneath. Waikiki started to make the move before he brought it into his body.
Yeah, that's the common error there. And, I always go in defense of the guy catching the ball. He wants to get into that move early as he's receiving the ball. The great ones really separate themselves that way, but he's going to come to the sideline, and there's going to be 10 people that are going to say, hey, catch it first before you run. I mean, I can just hear it.
So the Digs will line up for another field goal attempt. We'll call it 41 yards just inside the right hash mark for Casey Kautzman. Tech leading 3-0. And Kautzman hammers it, plenty of leg, and he knocks it through. Casey Kautzman is 2 for 2, and the Digs lead 6-0.
I can only assume career long.
For Montana Tech, certainly.
Yes. For Montana Tech, right.
6:17 left to play here in this opening quarter. Montana Tech, and if you're Rocky, you're happy with that. You're good with 3 points there. You turn the ball over on your own 20-yard line. Your defense push Montana Tech backwards, and you only give up 3 points, so you're going to take over and give your offense another chance here.
Absolutely. You gain a little bit of a momentum just by the field goal attempt, let alone if he makes it or misses it. You dodged a bullet there. Defensively, if you're Rocky Mountain College, now you got a chance to let that offense get on the field and redeem themselves.
Yeah, those sudden changes. So much can be won or lost in those turnovers and how those units prepare. So the Rocky defense gives up 3. Montana Tech will kick it off. And we'll see what the Battlin Bears bring this time.
Looks like Mozon and Trey Smith back deep to return this kick with the up back. Sean Tutty.
Montana Tech kicking into a little bit of wind. Wind kind of coming out of the west. Wind's been pretty consistent here all day thus far. And the kick is away. End over end. It's going to go out the back of the end zone. That's such a weapon to have. Ryder Baranowski just blasted out of the back of the end zone. You don't have to worry about messing with speed demons and return guys. Just get it away from them and let their offense take over at the 25.
And not just that. When they do want to let their kick cover team cover, he does a nice job of placing it right down between the 5-yard line and the goal line, making them make a decision. Do you want to return this? Do you not? And give your kick cover team a chance to pin your opponent inside the 20 or the 15-yard line, but he's got great finesse as well.
1st and 10, quick hitter here on the left side out to the 28-yard line, tripped up and knocked down with the reception is Tyler Abbott, redshirt freshman out of Florence. That's going to be a gain of 2.
Jace Thompson getting up there and making the tackle, had a great game against Carroll College last week. Outstanding effort. And you got a real good look at the speed of Montana Tech's defense just in the reaction to that stop route there.
Trent Novak, the quarterback, brings man in motion. That's Abbott on the right side. One back gets the carry. Tailback cuts back across the 30 out to the 34-yard line with the carry is Tough Adams. And Adams will get just shy of the first down marker, bring up 3rd down and 1 here for the Battlin Bears.
Seeing more and more action that time. The nickelback, Justin Weber, getting in there and making the tackle, going low on the running back, forcing him to the ground short of the mark.
So 1 back at home, 4 receivers. They're going to run up, take it under center. 3rd down and 1. Go back to Tough. Tough leans forward, and he's not going to get to the 35-yard line.
He's going to be short, and that was not a clean handoff in the backfield. He had that, as he was trying to hit the hole, he had that pinned against his hip, almost back on his rear end, and he was more concerned with securing the football than anything. This is a big decision here for Rocky. Their own 35-yard line, down 6-0. I believe you punt this ball, and it looks like they're going to.
It looks like that will be the case. Huge stop there by the Oredigger defense. On 3rd and 1, Rocky will bring the punting unit in, and they have been known to fake some punts and get some things going here. So Montana Tech basically keeps the defense out there, I do believe.
Got to grade the long snapper. It's my new thing.
Snap is a good one. Punt is away. End over end. Delay a game. Back judge threw the flag.
Delay a game. Offense, number 79.
So they did not get the punt off in time. So delay a game. And they'll be punting it one more time. So Jordan Legg, which might be the perfect name for a punter.
Good point.
Does the converse of that go too? If a quarterback named Arm, is that? Anyway, Legg back to punt. And wobbly spiral. Fielded at the 26-yard line. Cut back. Torgy across the 40 out to the 43-yard line.
Good job of getting that thing handled.
17-yard return.
And returned out over the 40-yard line. Good start for this Montana Tech offense.
4:11 left to play here in the opening quarter. Thanks for joining us here as we make our way through a Saturday Frontier Conference action. Take a look at the replay here as Torgerson across the 35-40, gets tripped up a little bit out to the 43.
I think you get back after two-drive stall and relying on field goals. I think you get back to your identity here. I would expect to see this ball handed off and just looking for a little grindage here.
Tight end Pierce in motion. And the handoff to Wykeese Johnson. He sees a seam and he busts his way across the 50.
Not a bad way to make a living. Yeah, not a bad way to make a living as an offense. Just a simple handoff up the middle, 7 yards later, 2nd and 3. I'd expect a lot of the same here.
Look at this, like the feet going and then, oh, got it, bye.
Just look at those black jerseys, hat on hat. Just making life miserable for that defense.
2nd down and 4 here for the Orediggers. Wykeese Johnson, 48 yards already on the ground. Trips receivers left side. Wykeese going to get it. He'll run behind it. Now he's going to counter, go back the other way. Johnson, stiff arm. He's got a blocker. It's his quarterback. Throws a block out to the 44.
Great job by Jace. Not just a block to help him turn the corner, but a block to win his sideline. Guys on the sideline love that stuff. They see a quarterback getting a chance to be physical. Rocky's got another man down. Looks like Cade Reynolds, linebacker.
Media. Timeout.
And we do have a timeout on the field, and with it, we will take one as well as Wykeese Johnson with the carry there. Montana Tech leading 6-0. We're back here after this.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most. Community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
The Montana Tech Band, ladies and gentlemen. Available to play at birthdays, weddings, bar mitzvahs. Just give us a call. 3:26 left to play here in the first quarter.
Did you say us? What are you playing?
I'm lead vocals. I'm not sure if I told you that or not. 6-0, Montana Tech with the lead. They have the ball here. As of right now, let's see here. Taking a look number-wise, Montana Tech has run 17 offensive plays for 94 yards. Rocky Mountain College, 4 offensive plays for 6 yards here in this opening quarter.
Got Johnson on the sideline now. Milanowski in at tailback.
1st down and 10, Orediggers. In motion, Torgerson. Milanowski gets the carry. He'll turn it upfield. Milanowski, good cut at the 40. He's across the 35. 1st down yardage, Milanowski to the 31, and a real late flag on the sideline. Flag came in from the sideline.
We did have some offensive front guys downfield in front of that play as well. You can see Dawes.
That's a beautiful, beautiful cut. Maybe, possibly, we get a little hand. Here, we'll get our white hat here.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 88. 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Derek Pierce with a block in the back.
Okay. So that will bring the Digs back here to the 48-yard line.
The ever so popular 1st and 14.
Montana Tech split backs, 2 receivers wide lefts. Diggs have had a couple penalties early. Milanowski, good footwork again. That one we might get a face mask. It felt like his head got jerked back. A gain of 4 up to the 45-yard line.
I think you're right there. And
boy,
it's going unnoticed, but his head got jerked back pretty good. Did pick up about 4 yards, 3 to 4 yards.
Take a look at the replay. It felt like Milanowski's head just got ripped to the side. Keeps his cleats under him, and right here.
Oh, looks like it maybe got him right by the breastplate.
Yep.
We know that underneath the pads there in the front.
Good replay. Thanks, Jason. So 2nd down, we'll call it 10 here for the Orediggers. 45-yard line of Rocky. Wilson has time. He'll drop it off underneath. Good pass. Milanowski. Little bunny hop there. He's across the 35 to the 34. 1st down yardage for Milanowski.
Great piece of running after the catch that time by Milanowski. Took 2 big hits. Stayed on his feet. Balance is exceptional coming out of that that contact.
Offense, number 61. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
Another hold.
So another penalty going to back the Orediggers up here. Montana Tech, 3 penalties, 30 yards.
What do you think now? Quick kick? 2nd down?
Yeah, I think just catch him by surprise. They'll never see that one coming. 1:53 left to play here in this opening quarter. Montana Tech, a couple costly penalties, 18 plays, 101 yards. 3 receivers, 1 back. Rocky has everybody, it looks like, in the box. Now Montana Tech will adjust.
May get a little pressure. Rocky's played a ton of man coverage here so far today. Now it looks like they're going to play in more of an umbrella. Quarters coverage, yep.
Wilson dropping back, rolling to his left. He's going to throw it away.
Yeah, Doug Schliemann, assistant head coach on the sideline, wide open, and Schliemann couldn't make the catch.
The receivers coach, I might add, could not make the catch. And that will bring up 3rd down here for the Orediggers.
Now, I was kind of kidding about I was really kidding about the quick kick on 2nd down, but I wouldn't hate it here.
So 3rd down and long for the Orediggers. Rocky puts 3 safeties, about 18 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Probably just going to see a draw play here of some sort or a back screen or something. I don't know that they'll want to challenge a nickel or dime package there with 3 guys 20 yards off the football.
Nate Milanowski gets the ball in the backfield. Milanowski across the 45, head down, dives to the 40. That's going to bring up 4th down and 6.
Well, he gets enough yards here where Montana Tech may consider it here. Yeah. They're running their punt team to midfield. And obviously, they're probably going to punt, but he did give them a situation to think about a little bit.
Nice run by Nate Milanowski. Milanowski, transfer, a senior from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Tremendous young man. I feel like he had, I think, every relative on campus for Copper game. I had a whole slew of family here, and if you're with us, hi. 4th down and 6. Punting unit. Do you think they... Well, the snap does get away. And the knuckleball looking for the pylon.
We'll see.
Start the music. Let's see where the official stops here.
I'm going to guess close to the 10-yard line here.
And they'll say right at the 10. Look at you go. Did you wear your stripes in today?
I tell you, I had my game face on this morning from my walk until the tailgate.
Telling you. All right, it's my turn for the Hornet.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not going to go after him in the corner. 1st down and 10 here for the Battlin Bears after a nice punt.
Oh, that was so easy you did it left-handed.
2 swings. 1st down and 10 here for the Bears. 1 back, 4 receivers. Looks like tight end lined up in the interior slot. Dropping back, looking to throw. Passes out. Boy, I'll tell you, he was open too. Holy moly.
Yeah, he had a little room to catch and at least turn up field a little bit. Montana Tech had two defensive backs that time. I can't get the numbers. Angled up on the receiver, Tyson Hunt, just on the arrow route to the sideline. Just a misfire.
He clears out, and he has some turf out in front of him. If he's able to pull that in, he's still running.
You got to be ready as a receiver there for a slight underthrow and be willing to work back to the quarterback. You just have to be ready for those situations.
2nd down and 10. Handoff to the tailback. Has a little gap across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
It's Brock Payne, 5'10", 210-pound redshirt junior out of Billings. Played his high school ball at Central.
Orediggers player gets up limping.
Yeah, that's Umale.
Yeah, Don Umale will come over slowly to the sidelines. 3rd down and a very manageable 3, but that's going to do it for the first quarter. We have 15 minutes in the books. Montana Tech leading 6-0. The Orediggers over the Battlin Bears as we make our way through it. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break. We're back here after this.
The prestigious National Banner Unified Champion School designation and was even given the ESPN Honor Roll for its commitment to inclusion. Growing unified sports programs in basketball and track.
Hey, Dave Brennan here with Case IH. One of the new options for model year 2024 is going to be an open spoke gauge wheel. That open spoke gauge wheel is going to be available on all 2000 series planters. That's going to help those growers in adverse conditions where they're muddy or high residue conditions minimize that plugging in and around that gauge wheel area. For more information on this new offering of open spoke gauge wheels, visit your local Case IH dealer.
Social inclusion, youth leadership, and whole school engagement. These schools prove that sports and school are better when everyone belongs.
1, 2, 3.
Our hometown heroes, the unified athletes, and the teachers, families, and everyone that makes it possible, as East Middle School and West Elementary have been given incredible achievement awards, and we will highlight those during a break a little bit later on here during the broadcast. But we have a lot of those folks out on the field, and they just do incredible work. The unified kids at East work so hard, and the coaches that are there all the time, and the same goes for West Elementary. Making sure that inclusion is something that is worked hard at, and make sure it's part of everyday life. And I'll tell you, they have made incredible strides in our community.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, the inclusion there, and knowing that there's a willingness, right?
Yeah.
There's a willingness and people eager to do it. They just need to be led, right?
Yep.
And so you lead programs like this, and they're nothing but a success.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 3 here for the Battlin Bears. One step drop, quick route, tipped in the air, almost picked off.
That's Damon Burns.
Right in the hands.
He stepped right in front of it and had 6 points. Great defensive play regardless, whether he catches it or not. He gets Rocky's offense off the field, punting from inside their own 20-yard line, and a great chance at good field position with, the nation's top return guy here. We'll see how this plays out.
So just underway here in the second quarter. As I look down, and Jake Casagrande is warming up here.
I was going to say it's about that time.
Yep. And the punt is end over end, a short punt, bounces at the 43-yard line, goes out of bounds at the 44. We do have a flag down.
We'll see what goes on here, if there's a chance to make them re-kick, if you're Tech Dia or not. I mean, the punt didn't turn out great. Tech will start in on Rocky's side of the 50-yard line here, but you're also looking at maybe another chance to get Torgerson a return.
So the White Hat give us a call here.
During the kick, personal foul, illegal blindside block, return team, number 19. 15 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
So a blindside block will be 15 yards from that spot. So it'll bring it back to about, what, the 40-yard line?
Yeah, somewhere 40, 41-yard line. It's just Kovic trying to get a block to make a highlight reel. Everybody wants to do that.
Here you go. Want to spring your guy. So Montana Tech will take over on their 41-yard line.
Of course, Kovic with the big interception last week down there at Carroll College and the nice return. Big play for him in his young career here at Montana Tech, doing such a good job at that outside linebacker position. Just a great defender. Didn't see a ton of him last year because he played behind Wickham. Wickham transfers out of here, and Kovic's just a natural fit back into that outside linebacker spot.
First down and 10. Wilson hands it off to Johnson, and he is swallowed up. Nice job getting him low that time. With the stop is Dante Brown, the corner out of Lake City, Florida.
Don't want to overlook the effort Rocky's given defensively here. They've made life pretty tough. You know, Montana Tech's ran the ball kind of effectively here, but they've put Montana Tech in tough situations, and they must be tough to handle because Montana Tech's been dinged with a couple, blocks in the back or holding calls here. So Rocky must be giving them fits up front.
Second down and 11. One back, four receivers. Wilson looks to coach.
A little bit of a jump up top, but no one crossed into the neutral zone.
Wilson steps back. We'll see what we get here. Rocky presents four-man front. Handoff going to go to Johnson. Johnson finds a seam again, and somehow he blasts out to the 49-yard line. That's going to bring up third down and 2 here for the Orediggers.
Yeah, Wykees took a shot there. He's down. We'll see what he's dealing with here, but they're going to walk some help out to him right there at midfield.
Trainer is going to come take a look. Here, take a look at this here. Wykees Johnson again, just finding a seam.
Media. Timeout.
And he took a shot low as he was going down. And hopefully Wykees going to be okay. We have a timeout on the field, ladies and gentlemen. So with it, we will take a break. We're back here to the campus of Montana Tech after this. Back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech as we make our way through a Saturday afternoon. And again, thanks for joining us as we have our Make a Child Smile. As you take a look at your screen there, honestly, two of my absolute favorites as Lily and Maya Brown, sisters out there with Charlie. Lily, an 8-year-old, attends Miss Becker's class at Emerson. 3 things that make Lily smile are hanging out with her friends, the pool, and puppies. On the other side for Maya, she's 5 years old, and she is also at Emerson Elementary. Three things that make Maya smile are her stuffed animal elephant, her Mima and Grandpa, and her friend Henry.
Oh, I got more in common with Lily.
The two of them, Chris Brown, one of our trainers, his daughters, the two of them are in the hyper all the time, and I adore them. I just absolutely adore the two girls. They're an incredible amount of fun. And every once in a while, they give me some nice artwork on my whiteboard.
That's nice. It's always nice to have originals.
Third down and 2 here for the Orediggers. Milanowski in the backfield. Montana Tech has gone for 124 yards of offense on 22 plays today. Milanowski gets the carry. Boy, just jumps through that gap. He's out to the 46-yard line. First down yardage for Nate Milanowski.
Looked like there was nothing there, and all of a sudden he squirts 3 or 4 yards out of an absolute pile there. But
yeah, from our angle, look up here. It looks like there's a gap to his left, and instead he goes into the pile, and then somehow out he goes. Nate Milanowski, ladies and gentlemen, first down and 10. 3 receivers. Milanowski, they're going to run the reverse flea flicker. Downfield, Wilson gets his tight end to the 20, 15 to the 13-yard line.
Doesn't it seem like Pierce is the benefit of every great play
yes.
Montana Tech runs? You got a flag on the field here at midfield. We'll see what it is. But Pierce came down kind of awkwardly, I think, on that left shoulder
He is slow getting up, and he'll come over to the sideline, gives the coach the okay. See what our white hat gives us.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block. Defense, number 49. That penalty will be added on in the end of the run.
So the penalty will be enforced after.
Which is weird, a blindside block on the defense, but Braxton Fulton, 6'3", 215-pound defensive end out of Shepherd, Montana. You know, they call that on the defense an illegal blindside block. You know why? Because they can't say cheap shot.
Yeah. there are other words that are used for that.
Right.
So the Orediggers in the Case IH red zone, ball at the 6-yard line. Montana Tech leading 6-0, a pair of field goals early. And we'll see if they can add to that total here. 3 receivers, 1 back. Jarrett Wilson at quarterback. Wilson is 5 of 8 for 27 yards. And he's going to keep it. Wilson has daylight, dives up over the top. Ball comes out.
He's down.
They'll say he's down at the 1-yard line. So the ball is down at the 1-yard line. Pierce a little slow to get up again.
Second down.
Parker Johnson would have had his second touchdown of the year on that fumble recovery if it was a fumble.
This is a really nice job here because as he clears, boy, it looks like he's gone. And then this defender right there. So 48 makes the play that time. Nathan Beard, the defensive end out of Surprise, Arizona. He saves that thing from walking in for 6 points. He got past his blocker.
Yeah, good defensive play. Outside arm free, gets underneath the block and made the tackle.
2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Heavy formation, handoff Milanowski. Milanowski tries to find a seam. He gets in for the score. Nate Milanowski with a touchdown, and Montana Tech goes up 12-0. The Orediggers dominant so far here in this first half of play. Do you go for 2 here, or do you just kick the PAT?
Just kick the PAT.
All right.
Yeah, I don't start chasing points now.
Jarrett Wilson, 6 of 9 for 47 yards.
But it's a great point. I mean, if this is a shootout, you probably even consider it. But, Rocky's done nothing to really move the sticks or threaten your defense. So take every point you can get.
The Digs have run for 107 yards so far on the day. Snap a little low. They're able to dig it out. PAT kick is up. The kick is through. Montana Tech leading 13-0 over the Battlin Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We'll take a break. We're back here to the campus of Montana Tech right after this.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most. Community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. We are on Digger Vision. Paul Panisco, the lovely and talented Ron Haskett, several thousand of our closest friends. Some sunshine, a pretty darn nice day here in the mining city, to be honest. Felt like all week we're kind of looking at the forecast going, well, it's probably going to rain. Well, no, we're good right now.
Those numbers from the gold, or not the gold rush, the copper game were
crazy.
Unbelievable. That is good stuff. And, it's so nice to hear there's so many people out there tuned in and watching and interested in what's going on up here at Montana Tech, and just happy to facilitate that, of course. But,
yeah,
man, those are great numbers.
Yeah, we're looking at, you go back to that copper game with Western, over 8,000 people in attendance, just shy of 9 pretty much. And 11,000 people watching on the stream. We had everybody in green on that evening. And that one's going to go out the back of the end zone. So Montana Tech will take over on the 25-yard line. So the Digs the other way around. Rocky Mountain College will look to get things going. Rocky has run 7 plays for 13 total yards so far here in the first half. Novak is 1 of 3 for 2 yards. Payton has 1 carry for 7.
Sorry about that. It's just amplifying how good this defense has played this so far this year. Holding Western at bay in that opener and then making life miserable for Carroll College last week down there at Nelson Stadium.
Novak play action, quick hitter here on the left side across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That's going to be a gain. Actually, they give him pretty good forward progress. A gain of 7 that time as they quickly get it out to Eric Lira. Lira, a senior out of Phoenix. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3 here for the Bears.
Just a quick hitter out of the RPO game. Just a quick stick route to the inside slot. Montana Tech reacts tremendously to it. That time, Damon Burns in on the tackle.
2nd down and 3. 3 receivers, 1 back. Tech showing blitz. Here it comes. Rolling right, no back. Tipped, picked off. Montana Tech with the interception across the 30, 25, 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Montana Tech.
What a great play. What a great play. You know what I like there? If you go back and watch the replay, they try and run a back swing route out here. Damon Burns is coming on the outside David blitz. He recognizes it, and granted, maybe it's his job, maybe it isn't. Watch him jump it. Quarterback's got to go to the crossing route, tipped away.
Right into the hands of Weber, and Weber will take it to the house from 36 out.
Great job getting in front of offensive personnel, making the return just easy for Weber.
Peyton Gonzer tipped it in the air. Weber took the package all the way home. The Digs leading 19-0. And the kicking unit is in for the PAT. The Digs will get the pick 6, and they go up 20-0. 11:29 left to play here in this first half. We'll go ahead and keep it here.
When you came out of the break saying Montana Tech would take over at the 25-yard line, you were only off by 1 play.
Thank you. Look at that. You're bailing me out.
That is great foreshadowing, forecasting. Excellent job, Paul Panisco, on the call.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's why I've kept you around for 20 years. Every once in a while, you'll throw me a bone. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Remember, this is just game 1 of our kind of doubleheader here today. Montana Tech volleyball is in action against Dickinson State. That has a 5 p.m. start time, and hopefully this one gets over quickly so we can get up and start that one. But Dickinson State really starting the season off nicely. Of course, your Orediggers, number 21 in the country. That should be a really good matchup inside the Hyper and Valley Bank Arena. So we'll have that for you here on Digger Vision coming up when the football game is over. Are you drying out your shoes? You okay?
No, just cleaning them out. Picked up some rocks on the walk this morning.
So Montana Tech will kick it off here. Milanowski. Weber with the pick 6 off the tip by Peyton Gonzer. And the kick is away. We should keep track on how many different ways the Orediggers have scored this year. Because, you talk about a pass, you talk about a run. We've got a punt return. We've got a kick return. We've got pick 6. I mean, they just keep adding different ways to get points on the board.
Reverse pass.
There you go.
You want to? Granted, it's just a touchdown pass, but you got to consider who's throwing it.
Yeah. So the ball out to the 25-yard line. The Bears will give her one more go here.
This is an exciting bunch, and I don't know, maybe you'll get sick of me talking about this defense, but I just love to watch them read and react and play really fast football, and I just love how Gonzer kind of owns that whole defense.
Backed off to the tailback across the 30, out to the 35-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 10 as Brock Ping will move the chains. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's okay. I just, there's a lot of guys playing really hard, really good football, but they're being led out there at safety by Thompson and Gonzer. And of course, your inside backers kind of run the show there, but you just watch Gonzer, watch him point and getting everybody lined up, making adjustments to motions. It's just fun to watch.
1st and 10, they'll swing it out, and that one's behind the intended target, incomplete. Wanted to get it out into the hands of Lira and unable to make the completion. 2nd and 10 here for the Bears. 11:04 left to play here in the first half. Bears, 10 offensive plays, 30 yards thus far. They have 1 first down so far here in the first half.
Yeah, that Tech defense is just making life miserable.
Tight end in motion to the right side. As no back with one back. Blitz coming, handoff. Nice footwork out to the 40-yard line with the carry. That time again is Ping. And they'll give him 4 on the carry.
And there you get a sample of just the reaction out of the inside backer. Tell Arthur overruns that play, but he can change direction. He can run. He's an athlete, and he just changes direction and runs that down from behind. I mean, that's the kind of speed that is a difference maker between a good and a great defense. How many helmets are getting to the football?
Another big third down here for the Digger D. 3rd and 6 for the Bears. No back looking left the whole way. Checks it off across the middle. Has his man caught across the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Pass complete into the hands of Abbott. Tyler Abbott will move the chains. Heads up play by him, reeling that in after he bobbled it initially.
That's a good job by Novak. He comes to his back and his tight end side here, and it's just a look off, but he's waiting and waiting for the bunch set out there to the right side. And Abbott comes across on the over route. He finds him. Abbott juggles it, but he did make the catch for the first down.
1st and 10 for the Bears. Second first down of the day. Handoff to Ping. Hits the hole quickly and gets 3. He got tripped up from behind that time. As
Ping's got a lot of energy back there. He runs hard.
He gets the top speed quickly. The junior out of Billings Central. Started at Chadron States. Now at Rocky Mountain College. 2nd and 7. Rocky quickly to the line of scrimmage. Montana Tech puts 3 in the line of scrimmage. They have the nickel package in. 5 DBs out there currently. Looking left, airs it up. Pass is tipped. Almost picked off. Hello.
Yeah, Christian Hansen. That ball got deflected, and Hansen had to reach down and away from his body motion and was unable to bring it in, but just a little bit of an overthrow to Abbott that time by Novak. Certainly had him.
Boy, look at that. Hansen, right? Bobbled, just cut out. 3rd down and 8.
They've kind of laid off here. I'd expect Montana Tech to maybe bring a little pressure out of this nickel package they got and try and force Novak to throw a little early. Nope.
3rd and 8, 4-man pressure. Pass is overthrown and almost picked off again. The only one in the zip code and unable to make that interception out there is Jace Thompson.
That's the 3-man rush, but I tell you what, Oaks off the right side makes a great move here, gets around his tackle right in the face of Novak.
It looked like he hooked his arm right as he threw it.
Yeah, Novak gets no follow-through on the throw. They're going to get a 4th down try here.
So 4th down here for the Bears. They'll go for it, trailing 20-0. Now they'll look to the sideline.
I want to get in the locker room, by the way, with the Montel Williams.
Yes.
The defense during one of his hype speeches. They're good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
I love that guy. Dropping back, late blitz coming. Pass complete. Nice pitch and catch inside the 20-yard line. They get it to Eric Lira, and Lira will move the chains down to the 18-yard line.
That's a tough catch by Lira. He knows he's going to get blasted. He's pretty well covered. Novak puts the ball right on the dot for him to just catch it, trap it against his body, and Peyton Gonzer's coming across ready to annihilate him right there. Nice catch.
Nice catch. Nice throw as well by Novak. Feels like he's getting some confidence here. Novak checks off the first, throws it deep pylon. Caught, touchdown, Rocky Mountain College as they drop it into Darius Haskins, and Haskins will get the score here for the Bears.
Boy, Umale was right there in Novak's face, but he stood in there and gets this thing released. Perfect throw.
Yeah, he just knocks it to that back pylon. And a big-time play by Haskins. Montana Tech's lead is 14.
Well, they will challenge you downfield. You can tell by the number of completions he had in that opener, 19, with the number of yards that he threw for, around 340. So.
And the PAT is blocked. The PAT is blocked again. Was it Christian Hansen again?
I don't know if...
I know down there Jace Thompson comes running off as well. Boy, Montana Tech has just done a phenomenal job getting in the backfield here
on the field
this year.
Media.
And they will block the PAT. So the Digs lead 20-6 over the Battlin Bears. Let's take a look from the outside. Looked like
the big fella right there.
Was it?
It might be.
I think it feels. Oh. All right. Well, we'll quit pointing at the television.
Are they going to hang a chain on somebody here, maybe, or?
Montana Tech leading 20-6. We've got a media timeout, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll take one. We're back here right after this.
Hey, Dave Brennan here with Case IH. One of the new options for model year 2024 is going to be an open spoke gauge wheel. That open spoke gauge wheel is going to be available on all 2000 series planters. That's going to help those growers in adverse conditions where they're muddy or high residue conditions minimize that plugging in and around that gauge wheel area. For more information on this new offering of open spoke gauge wheels, visit your local Case IH dealer.
Welcome back here once again as you take a look at the Orediggers sideline. As Montana Tech leading 20-6. Great drive by Rocky Mountain College as they are able to get some points on the board.
2 big 4th down completions.
9 plays, 75 yards. No back, looked real good. He stood in the pocket, took a couple shots. And honestly, his receivers making some really nice catches to help it along as well.
And to the listeners out there, if you hear me call him Sunshine, it's a compliment.
It's jealousy on our part. He has hair, he has golden locks out the back of his helmet.
Very nice.
And we're both very jealous. I haven't been able to grow hair since the Beatles were still all alive and touring.
The Beatles.
High end over end kick. Torgerson about at the goal line. Here we go. Levi Torgerson. He's going to bring it left. Turns it upfield out to the 15. Nice return. And that will be to the 15-yard line.
Good job closing on that tackle. That's Tayson Jenna Tone out of Post Falls, a 5'10", 180-pound redshirt freshman coming in there. Had Torgerson contained around the left side and just darted in there and got into his legs at the 15-yard line. That's a big win for kickoff cover.
If we're going to see Casagrande this, in my opinion, nope, it's going to be Jarrett Wilson. Casagrande was warming up a little earlier. I thought this might be his spot. Wilson has played really well. Wilson's had a phenomenal first half. 6 of 9, 47 yards. He has 2 carries for 10 yards. Milanowski in the backfield with him. Twin tight. Heavy formation up front. They fake the handoff to Torgerson. Milanowski gets it. He'll spin, pulls the bodies out to the 24-yard line.
Doesn't look like much, but he's backpedaling, dragging tacklers down for...
It's a gain of 7.
Yeah, they moved him back. I thought he gained maybe 8, close to 9. Must have bounced.
Take a look at the replay here. Boy, watch this. They turn him around, and he just keeps going. Great job by Milanowski. 2nd down and 3. He's the lone back again. Man in motion. And Milanowski will get it. Little head fake. He's got first down yardage and a whole lot more. Stiff arm gets hit hard at the 35-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 14, and he will move the chains for the Orediggers.
Pretty special balance here on these first couple cuts. If you watch the replay, just watch this. You watch those running backs go through their drill work. They're teaching themselves to have great balance. Just take on a tackle, stay up, move, cut.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Montana Tech, 19 carries, 130 yards on the ground here today. They lead 20-6. Milanowski is going to move to the left side. 3 receivers.
Rocky's laying back a little bit here in coverage.
They show blitz. Here it comes. Hand off to Milanowski. He'll stretch it outside. Not much, but he'll still get 3 there as he gets chopped down here on the near side.
Samar Turner coming up.
So Turner with the tackle.
That's a bruiser of a safety there.
Boy, no joke.
5'11", 210. That's a wide body. You can lay the hat.
He's a redshirt freshman. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 here for the Orediggers. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. Frontier Conference action. Again, this is a non-conference matchup between these two. They play again later in the year, and that will be a conference game.
Haven't run Wilson in a while. We'll see if they don't put him more in the running game here.
Michelotti in motion, stops just outside tackle. Wilson rolls left, wants to throw it. He calls for a block. He's going to run. Wilson dives towards the pylon. He's going to be 2 yards shy. I'm not going to give you that one. He wanted to throw it initially.
Yeah, a little run-pass option. That's what I would do with him. I mean,
Yeah.
So if he does tuck it and run, I look right. If he throws it, I look like a bonehead. But, I mean, it's, getting him out on the edge, boy, he moves nice.
Yeah. He feels comfortable out there today. 3rd down and 3 here for the Orediggers offense.
You don't want to say because every game's important, but there's just the feel, right? Just the feel. Yeah. There's just less pressure in this game. You got to come out and play Western the first game and go into Carroll for a night game. That's a lot of pressure.
Snyder in motion, blitz coming. Wilson steps back across the middle. He has his man. Michelotti has running room. Michelotti at the 30, down the sidelines and out of bounds at the 20. Michelotti is shoved out of bounds at the 20-yard line, but not after he picks up 38 yards, and the Orediggers will be right on the edge of the Case IH red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20.
Getting rocky. You cross that field versus man coverage. That's what you do. They get Nick Michelotti running away from his corner that time. Really good pass protection for Wilson to take a look and wait for that route to develop across one hash mark and across the other before that ball's completed. But a great piece of throwing and catching and comfort for Wilson there in the backfield.
Wilson 7 of 10 completion-wise so far today. Heavy formation up front. Milanowski will get it. He's going to pop it right, head down, gets hit hard as he enters the hole. And there's that safety we were just talking about. Samar Turner steps up and makes it stop.
A good hard hit. Squared Milanowski up really well there. He gets up kind of shaking his head a little bit.
So Montana Tech looking at 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 17-yard line of Rocky.
Now you get Wakees Johnson back in there, and it's good to see him back in there. Yeah. He's banged up here a little bit in the first half.
Wakees will get the ball. He's going to bounce it left. Stiff arm. He's still on his feet. Wakees at the 15-10, down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, Montana Tech at the 6-yard line. As Wakees Johnson will move the chains.
Always looking for an opportunity to cut it up, even stretching the field that time. But
take a look at this.
Yeah, there's a stiff arm there, and he wants to cut it up, but he's just forcing the defense to defend all the way to the sideline until he can create an opportunity to turn the corner, and his speed does the rest for him. Gets down close to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 6 here inside the Case IH red zone here at Alumni Coliseum. Johnson in the backfield. Sends man in motion. Torgerson across the formation. Johnson gets the ball. He goes straight ahead. He gets cut down at the 2. Boy, the defense bit hard on Torgerson on the end around.
Another hard hit by Samar Turner there.
Wakees Johnson gets up. They're looking at 2nd down and goal from the 2 here for the Orediggers.
Torgerson's probably wondering how many more times he's got to run this BS fake on the fly motion before they're going to hand him the ball again. To rear up to throw it.
2nd down and 2. They'll set up in the pistol. Johnson, 3 yards behind Wilson. Now they'll adjust.
Yeah, I don't see anything here but Wakees Johnson.
Just look for a little bit of lead room. Wakees gets hit. And he is going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Nice job by that down front there for Rocky. They might have an injury up front there.
Yeah, somebody's down there right at the 3 or 4 yard line.
Yeah, it looks like
92.
Yep. Dakota Sage, looks like. Richard Jr. out of Gooding, Idaho.
Little guy, 6 foot, 300 pounder.
I've got the 300 pounds covered, but I'm a long ways from 6 foot. 3:26 left to play here in the first half. Frontier Conference action here on a Saturday afternoon. Thanks for joining us on Digger Vision. Paul Panisco, Ron Haskett. Again, this is game 1, if you will, of our doubleheader. We have volleyball after this at 5 o'clock as Montana Tech will be hosting Dickinson State. Dickinson probably has the biggest win in the Frontier Conference right now as they knocked off Bellevue last week. And they are playing well. Dickinson was 7-1 coming into the weekend.
I know everybody's going to miss me, but I will not be on the call for the volleyball game.
And why not? Come on, man. There you go.
Well, it would be a lot of fun.
Third down efficiency, Montana Tech 2 of 6. Rocky 1 of 4 thus far. Thank you, Barrett. My man Barrett in charge of our graphics here today. As he is every week.
I could speak about my great career at the McQueen Athletic Club. Sand volleyball. I think it was a 1 or a 2 game career.
So that will bring up third down and goal.
Now I think you're going to see something a little different. You will see Montana Tech keep Waikese Johnson in the play, some kind of play action, but I think they're going to try and leak somebody out here and toss the ball into the end zone.
Wilson rolls right, drops it deep, and coming back and making that play. That's a big-time catch as Montana Tech will get the score and the touchdown as I believe Michelotti hauls it in, and Nick Michelotti will get the touchdown.
Yeah, this is a good catch. This ball's underthrown and a little soft. And Michelotti he literally collapses himself.
Puts on the brakes.
Yeah, collapses himself to field the ball. Watch this, like an outfielder.
Boy, that's a tremendous effort by Michelotti. And Michelotti will get the score. Nick Michelotti with the touchdown. Montana Tech goes up 26-6. And the Orediggers extend their lead. 10 plays, 85 yards, and 7 points. The Orediggers go up 27-6. Frontier Conference action here on a Saturday afternoon. Thanks for joining us as we are on Digger Vision. 3:09 left to play here in the first half. The folks are starting to make their pilgrimage back to the tailgate. You're just dreaming of it, aren't you? You're just, wow.
Another wop chop.
Thanks for bringing me one over, by the way.
Well, I've seen you stop and eat there before, so I assumed maybe you grabbed one on your way up.
Dee is not taking care of me. Now you're really in trouble. 3:09 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech, 36 offensive plays, 239 yards of offense. A great first half thus far. Jarrett Wilson is 8 of 11 through the air, 86 yards. He has 1 touchdown. He threw that just to Nick Michelotti. Michelotti, 2 catches for 39. Derek Pierce, 3 for 37. Parker Johnson, 1 catch for 9 yards. On the ground, Waikese Johnson has 13 carries for 79 yards. Milanowski, 8 carries for 54. And Wilson at quarterback, 3 carries for 14 for the Orediggers. And we'll see what the Digs do here. Montana Tech, 6.1 yards a carry so far in this ball game. This is going to go out the back of the end zone.
Well, Colin Costello, welcome to college football. he just got wolf-packed at the 35-yard line.
So that will bring up 1st and 10 here for the Battlin Bears. Rocky Mountain College, 18 offensive plays, 95 yards. The bulk of those yards coming in their last series when they put up 6 points on the board.
Yeah, Montana Tech with their nickel package on the field. As you might guess, 3 minutes left in the half. We'll see what kind of pressure packages they may dial up on no back here or just sit back in coverage.
No back, stands in the pocket. He's looking for the deep ball into double coverage. That one goes up, goes out of bounds, and there's going to be a flag down.
I don't know if they're going to call this a personal foul, late hit out of bounds. I don't think they can flag PI. This ball's clearly uncatchable.
Yeah, big collision over on the sideline. And there's a flag back behind the line of scrimmage as well. I did not see that one. So we have a flag up where the intended pass was going. And let's see what our white hat gives us.
There's 2 fouls by the defense on the play. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 27. That penalty is declined. Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 92 of the defense. That penalty will be enforced 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
So a pair of personal fouls against the Orediggers on that play. One, Gonzer deep. You can see it here as he comes across the top. And the shove out of bounds. And Rocky, first down and 10. Ball at the 40, and that's going nowhere.
Yeah, Kellen Beller stepping in there, just squaring the runner up, dragging him to the ground, 0 gain.
With nowhere to go. Second down and 10 here for the Bears. Clock running. Rocky with 2 timeouts. Montana Tech has all 3 of theirs here in the first half.
Yeah, Montana Tech and the nickel or dime package in, and just a 3-man front. And they're bringing one of those inside guys on about every snap here.
Second down and 10. No back. Out of the shotgun. Pressure from 4. Pump fake. No back. Escapes the pocket. Makes the pass. And that will bring up third down here. A gain of 7.
Catches a crossing route in front of Damon Burns. But Burns there able to make the tackle short of the mark.
Micey with the catch. Young man out of Harleton.
Surprised Montana Tech. Yeah, they'll wait and see it here. If they get a stop here, you'll see them. If this ball's tackled in the field of play, you'll get a timeout out of Montana Tech. They got all 3 left. Oh, forget it. I always forget about 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
Timeout on the field.
We're back to that era, so the 2-minute timeout.
Timeout.
And we'll take one as well. Montana Tech leading 27-6. The Bears looking at 3rd and 3 when we're back right after this.
Hi, I'm Matt Steppen, Athletic Director at Montana Tech, and I want to welcome all members of the Orediggers family, past, present, and future, to the brand new Montana Tech Hyper Complex. We're excited to announce a modernization project that will enhance the experience on campus for all students, faculty, staff, and the entire Orediggers community. With a state-of-the-art hyper facility, our Montana Tech students and athletic programs will experience an athletics facility like no other in the NAIA. Excited to present to you the future of Montana Tech athletics.
As you take a look there at the hyper renovations that were rolled out officially yesterday, as during the volleyball match last night, it was announced that those plans were laid in place. Valley Bank with a very big part of that, as they are now the sponsor of our arena. So we've got the Valley Bank Arena inside the hyper complex. And we had some fun at volleyball last night.
How'd it go?
Ladies won. They rolled.
3-0?
Yeah, 3-0. And honest, like, no disrespect, but it might have been the fastest volleyball match I've ever experienced in my life. 3rd down and 3. Rocky quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a little pressure here, more than just a 3-man rush with a linebacker replacing. I think you're going to see some kind of a game, a loop with these guys up the middle.
Man in motion, no back out of the shotgun. 4 receivers. Pressure coming. No back. 1-on-1 left side. Passes up. There's contact, and there is going to be a flag thrown as Christian Hansen ran into the intended target in Eric Lira. And that is going to be pass interference.
Yeah, ball slightly underthrown. Hansen runs into the receiver. And the trouble there is if Hansen's eyes are back to the quarterback and that contact's made, you're not going to see a flag, but he just runs right into the receiver.
1:53 left to play here in this first half.
Pass interference. Defense, number 5.
Boy, the one thing that has gotten Montana Tech's way today, and it feels like the only thing that has, are penalties. That's their 6th penalty for 70 yards. Otherwise, I mean, it has been, I don't want to say flawless, but boy, I'll tell you, Montana Tech really firing on all cylinders. 1st and 10 after the penalty for the Bears. Ball at the Montana Tech 38. Hand off to the tailback across the 35 down to the 34-yard line. Once again, Brock Ping with the carry.
Yeah, good job by Weber. Nickelback coming up, read and run, getting up and supporting that run defense like a linebacker. He's in there at the nickel, but clearly physical enough to get up and play in the run game.
Ping, 6 carries on the day, just shy of 30 yards. Novak out of the shotgun again. Clock running. 1:24 left to play in the first half. Rocky has 2 timeouts remaining. Novak, 3-step drop, blitz, tackle, sack, done. He gets hammered.
That's Kovic.
Kovic is going to get the sack, and Novak gets up slowly as Kovic just ran right through him.
I don't know if I don't take a timeout here if I'm Montana Tech.
Take a look at the replay here. Completely untouched, right up the middle. Kovac just hammers him. And that will bring up 3rd down and long here for the Battlin Bears. Clock running, 48 seconds. Montana Tech leading 27-6. 3-step drop, Novak airs it up, hits his tight end. And that's going to be a pickup of 6.
That's all you're looking for, Weber. Just reacting out of coverage, coming up. Just make sure you make the tackle in the field of play. Clock's going to remain running.
Tyson Hunt will get the catch. Should take a look here on the replay. That'll bring up 4th down here for Rocky. Clock is running.
Yeah, they're just going to run it down and probably run the field goal unit out and try a long field goal. It'll be about
52 yards. I'm saying
54 yards maybe.
Okay.
Timeout. Rocky Mountain
So
College.
they will call
That's
a
their
timeout
third and
here.
Final timeout of the half. Or, sorry, correction. That's their 2nd timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
I was like, oh, I thought they had 2 left. Nope. The official checks it out. We're rolling here. So, Rocky, 10 seconds left to play here in the first half. Frontier Conference action on a Saturday afternoon. Montana Tech, 36 offensive plays, 239 yards. Rocky Mountain College, 23 offensive plays for 104. Novak is 7 of 13 through the air for 80 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And he just took his first sack, even though he has experienced some heat here as the day's gone.
They run the offense back on the field.
Okay.
And they got a timeout left. They might just try and get a little closer here.
Whistles aplenty, and Montana Tech going to call a timeout.
Timeout. Montana Tech University. That's their first charge timeout of the half.
So the Digs will call a timeout after Rocky came out and got set. Tech leading 27-6. Again, hopefully everything going well here on a Saturday afternoon as I find myself like looking into the huddle, wondering where we're at here. We've got 10 seconds left to play in the first half.
Yeah, the play call here is just going to be a shoot. They might even run the ball to ping just to try and get a few more yards. I don't know what the kicker's range is here.
Yeah.
And he is working. If this wind, it's kind of a crosswind, but if you were to determine whether it's helping or hurting, it's hurting going this direction.
Yep. So 4th down and 8 here. So that's the other side of this. You're dropping back, Novak airs it up, pass complete to the sidelines, out of bounds at the 27-yard line. And that should move the chains here for Rocky.
Yeah, this will be about a 39, 40-yard field goal.
So they'll run it out. Ball will be placed at the 27-yard line.
40 or 45.
Yep, so there you go. 44-yard line, or 44-yard attempt, excuse me. 6 seconds left to play in the first half. Rocky will give it a go. 44-yard attempt, left half mark. And a Montana Tech will call a timeout.
Timeout.
Remember, the Digs
Montana
have
Tech
blocked
University.
a whole lot of
That's
kicks
their second
this year already.
Timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
They
Timeout.
blocked a PAT earlier today. And we'll see how they prepare for this one. So a 44-yard attempt for Rocky Mountain College. It's coming up here. Let me see if I can grab numbers here. Kicking-wise for Rocky. So Montana Tech calls a timeout. And we'll see an attempt here. 44-yarder.
Austin Drake, kicker out of Hamilton, Montana.
So they get the guys lined up. Montana Tech's going to come up the middle, it looks like. 44-yard attempt just inside the left hash mark. Snap and hold are both good. And the kick is going to have leg, and he gets it through. So the kick just sails across the upright, a 44-yard field goal. And the first half is done. Montana Tech with the lead, 27-9. The Digs over the Battlin Bears. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the half. We'll take a break, pay some bills. We'll run you through the numbers and more after this.
Hey, Dave Brennan here with Case IH. One of the new options for model year 2024 is going to be an open spoke gauge wheel. That open spoke gauge wheel is going to be available on all 2000 series planters. That's going to help those growers in adverse conditions where they're muddy or high residue conditions minimize that plugging in and around that gauge wheel area. For more information on this new offering of open spoke gauge wheels, visit your local Case IH dealer.
Our Valley Bank punt, pass, and kick. Our contestant now has to kick a 46-yard field goal for a big old check with $5,000 on it.
That ain't bad.
No, that's a pretty good one. So 46-yard attempts. He punted out to the 35, threw it out to the current spot, and Matt Steppen holding for him. The kick
bounce
just a little low. So we had an attempt at $5,000. Our thanks to our contestant, our Valley Bank punt, pass, and kick here at the half. 27-9 is how we go into the locker rooms. Honestly, Haskey, let's start here. Give us your take on the first half thus far.
Well, I think Montana Tech has to be happy with their effort, both defensively and offensively. You touched on it. You know, something we probably should have talked about earlier in the second quarter is Montana Tech's had some penalties that have kind of killed them. You know, they've kept Rocky drives alive. They've kept their offense off the field. And so, you know, they'll clean that up coming into the second half. But I think that they've identified what they can do. They can certainly run the ball, a little bit of play action pass. They let Wilson throw the ball a little bit. And, yeah, I mean, it's just 27 points at halftime. There's certainly nothing to be upset about offensively. And, you know, just clean up some penalties and just clean up your overall game and go back to those first few series when you were getting Rocky off the field and just, you know, channel that energy and tackle and defend and make smart plays on defense. I think they feel fine, right? It just, you know, there's something about this effort so far that may feel a little out of sync, but I think it's mainly the penalties that are making it feel that way.
Yeah, agreed. I think the penalties have been a huge factor. I mean, as of right now, and I think I don't think any surprise to anyone. I mean, it feels like Montana Tech has made some great momentum forward, and then they keep getting themselves, you know, behind the sticks. So we'll see how that is addressed here over the back two quarters. Let's take a look here at the numbers, shall we? We'll start things off for Montana Tech, as the Orediggers right now leading 27-9. Jarrett Wilson, 8 of 11 through the air. He's thrown for 86 yards and 1 touchdown. Wilson has also run the ball 3 times for a positive 14 yards at quarterback. Also running the football, Wykees Johnson, 13 carries, 79 yards. Nate Milanowski, 8 carries for 54. And Levi Torgerson has 1 carry for 7 positive yards. Torgerson also has 2 catches for 1 yard today. Nick Michelotti, 2 catches catches for 39 yards and the 1 receiving touchdown. Pierce has 3 catches for 37, and Parker Johnson 1 for 9 yards as the Orediggers have run 36 offensive plays, 239 yards. As we mentioned, penalties, 6 of them for 60 yards so far on the day today. Let's see other big numbers here as you take a look. The Digs are 3 of 7 on 3rd down and 1 of 1 on 4th down so far today. On the other side for Rocky Mountain College, they have run 24 offensive plays for 113 total yards in the first half. Novak is 8 of 14 through the year. He has thrown 1 touchdown, 1 interception, all accounting for 89 yards of offense. Rushing the ball, Ping has 6 carries for 27 positive yards. Adams has 2 for 7, and Novak has 0 yards rushing on 2 attempts. Receiving-wise, Lyra has 4 catches for 40. Abbott has 2 for 25. Haskin 1 for 19 and the lone score. Hunt has 1 for 5 yards today for the Battlin Bears. Again, Rocky is 24 offensive plays, 113 yards. Rocky is 2 of 6 on 3rd down and 2 of 2 on 4th down so far today.
Yeah, and those 2 4th down conversions were huge in that scoring drive. And, you got to credit Rocky. They went down fairly big early, but, they didn't get down and went out and started executing a little bit and putting a little pressure on this defense. Certainly got their attention.
We are at the half, ladies and gentlemen. Montana Tech leading 27-9. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. We'll go grab some scores, get you the rest of the Frontier Conference scores coming up in just a bit. Stay close. Hey, welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech as we are at Alumni Coliseum, Orediggers football here on Digger Vision. The Digs lead 27-9 at the half, and an outstanding first half and a great day here on the campus of Montana Tech. Joining me here in the booth is our new Chancellor, the 13th Chancellor, which for me, lucky number, is Chancellor Johnny McLean. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You're right. It is a great day to be an Oredigger. I love being up 27-9 at the halftime.
Yeah, that feels, it makes the food line a little bit easier. You know, beverages go down a little bit easier.
Everything tastes a little better today.
A little bit better. Let's start things off, sir. I guess I always like to know what intrigues someone when they apply for a position. When you're like, "Yep, that's for me." What was when we find out that we're searching for a new chancellor? What was the one thing when you looked at the Montana Tech job, if you will, and you were like, "Yep, that's the reason I need to be there"?
I've known about Montana Tech for a long time, and Montana Tech has the kind of programs that students want and that America needs, and it's also personally a really good fit for me because my discipline is geology.
Okay.
And so I've been studying and teaching geology for a lot of years. To be able to come to Montana Tech with its long history and natural resources means a ton to me. Since I've been here, I've learned that Montana Tech is meeting America's needs, not just in natural resources, but in infrastructure, in health and well-being, and in leadership and workforce development. It's an incredible university, and I just feel honored to be here.
The one thing I will say is you've made sure that everybody knows who you are. I mean, you are in every campus building. It feels like you're in every room. It feels like I just signed to see you hopping in and saying hi to everybody. What were the important things for you to kind of get established and to get started before we got into the school year? Because you had a little bit of a window before the kids came back, and now we're obviously full speed ahead with fall semester.
Well, I'm in the middle of what I'm calling 125 days of dialogue. And that's to honor our 125th anniversary, which just started a couple days ago. And so in that 125 days of dialogue, I'm actually at about day, 107, something like that right now. In this kind of listening session I'm doing, I'm trying to meet with everybody I can. So I spent the summer trying to meet with all the staff offices, community members, alumni network, friends of the campus, government agencies, industry partners, anybody I can meet with. Once the school year started, I'm trying to meet with all the student groups, all the faculty groups I can. I'm trying to learn who this place is. And it's all about people. We are our people. And if I can learn who we are and I can learn where everybody thinks we should be headed, I can then articulate a vision and a direction for the institution. That's what I'm going to try to do on October 14th. I'm holding what I'm calling a Chancellor's Convocation that will wrap up the 125 days of dialogue. It'll allow me to celebrate our 125-year history, describe our current position, and set the direction for the institution as we launch into our next 125 years. That's what I'm focused on right now. That doesn't mean the listening and the dialogue will stop. That's going to continue on for the rest of my career. But right now it's important to summarize and synthesize everything I've been learning and really set a solid direction for the school.
Does it feel like the focus is getting tighter for you now that you're over 100 days and you're getting closer? Do you feel like you're able to get it down to kind of what you think it is?
Absolutely, and I'll just give a preview. It's about our people and it's about our purpose. And our people here are unique. As you know, I think you're a Butte guy.
Yes, indeed.
Butte and Montana Tech people have a different sense of pride in this place than I've ever seen at any other institution. And that pride and that care, that deep-seated care, is what drives this place. Our purpose has been consistent for 125 years. We've been rising to meet America's needs by preparing the next generation of STEM leaders and determined doers. That's our purpose. And right now, the country's calling on us again. I'll tell you more on October 14th, but the country's calling on us, and we're going to rise to meet this next challenge. We are better positioned than ever to take a giant leap forward, and that's the plan.
Good for you. Well, I really appreciate who you are, who you have been already in the short time you've been on campus. And I really look forward to not only the rest of this year, but the years to come with you at the helm, my friend.
Thank you, Paul. And it's an honor to be here. It's a great day to be an Oredicker.
It is a great day to be an Oredicker, isn't it?
Thank you, sir.
Chancellor McLean, ladies and gentlemen, our 13th Chancellor here at Montana Tech. And as we get closer to his convocation, we'll give you the details on how you can watch online and be part of it as well. We're here on Digger Vision. We're at the half. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get you ready for the second half and more right after this. We are at the half. Frontier Conference football here on Digger Vision. Paul Panisco, Ron Haskett, and again, my thanks to Chancellor Johnny McLean for joining us for the first time in the booth. I'm really excited for what he has already done and what our future holds with him out front. And I look forward to talking to him on the air a whole lot more. I'll tell you, he's put in so many miles walking around, talking to everybody in every department. Yeah, his care meter is through the roof, and I'm really excited for our future.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Fully bought in and traveling in the right circles and checking all the boxes of where you got to be and what you got to do. There's the end of my expertise.
Other scores here right now. Dickinson is leading Northern 33-15. That one is in Lovely Encina Carve. 33-15, fourth quarter there. Let's see other scores of interest. Eastern Oregon leading Whitworth 7-3. Whitworth, of course, Division II in Spokane. We haven't played Whitworth in a long time. It goes back to like 05, 06 maybe?
Still a top 3 campus that I ever visited.
Okay. Let's see if I can find any others here. It looks like the rest are escaping me on our scoreboard here. We're at the half currently here in the Mining City. Montana Tech leading 27-9. The Digs are on the field warming up, Haskett. If you're Montana Tech, I assume the big one is penalties, especially the personal foul stuff. I mean, this coaching staff, not a fan of personal fouls whatsoever. What are they talking about? What are they getting ready for here in the second half?
Well, they're going to clean that up, but you don't want it to be at the risk of deflating your team's energy, right? Yep. Your willingness to play physical, energy, fast to the football, both on offense and defense. And so, it's more of just a quick correction thing. It's a different story if that's costing you, say, a lead going into the halftime locker room, something like that. Up 27-9, you just kind of go, you just kind of grab them, get their attention, say, come on, we're smarter than that, and the discussion ends because you follow that up with, I like your energy, I like how you're playing. You're leading that defense, and it's fairly simple. You don't want to deflate the energy they're playing with, especially defensively. They're playing really good football, and I like it. And so, they're just going to verbally clean that up. And I expect them to get back to doing what they did early in this game. I mean, I think you're going to see a lot of Milanowski, a lot of Waukese Johnson, a little bit of quarterback keep stuff. You're not going to see him come out and throw the ball, 30 times here in the second half. You're just going to get back to your identity and playing real physical football and just forcing Rocky to play catch up.
Offensive front really with a good first half. You look at Montana Tech's numbers as we talked about it as it went. Montana Tech 36 offensive plays, 239 yards. They have run the ball 25 times for 153 yards on the ground. Wilson hasn't seen much pressure at all. He's been fleshed out of the pocket a little bit, but almost it feels like it is a designed rollout most of the time anyway. But this offensive front, I think, has been outstanding today for Montana Tech.
And we haven't seen Jake Casagranda, the other quarterback. I do believe we will see him again for probably at least 2 series here in the third quarter. I think they of course, were warming him up in the first half with the intention of getting him out of there or getting him out there. But then just kind of a small situational change. Rocky got a little momentum. Tech had the ball. There's 8 minutes left in the quarter. Down maybe just inside the 15-yard line. And it was just a situation where you want the guy you've kind of selected there, the number 1 quarterback, to get you out of that jam. So I just don't think the situation, field position-wise, led to the decision to put Jake Casagranda out there. And I'd look forward to seeing him in the second half.
Let's talk on the other side. How about Novak? We've seen him really move his offense effectively in a couple drives. What did they do well, and what did they go back to try and get going here in this second half?
Not having an awful time running the football, even though the stats won't show it. They have shown some promise in the running game. Novak doesn't appear to want to beat you with his feet. He wants to beat you with his arm, and so they're going to shore up some pass protection things, maybe see some tendencies that Montana Tech showed defensively on when they wanted to bring pressure and when they didn't. I mean, that's what the guys upstairs are in charge of doing. These coaches that sit up here next to us, those are the kind of tendencies that they'll chart and see if they can't get him a little more comfortable. But he's plenty comfortable, He stood in there and threw some balls where he's taken some shots. Yep. I really like his poise, and he certainly has some athletes to throw the ball to. But, it's just going to be a time thing, and you're playing against a defense that is playing really good football right now, so it is going to be difficult. So the Rocky offense will start with the football as we get ready for the second half. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. Again, thanks for joining us. We've got it looks like the wind a little stiffer out of the west here as we start the second half, and that one's going to go through the White Hats' legs and out of play. So the 25-yard line is where the Battlin Bears will start. Again, they ran 24 offensive plays in the first half, 113 yards. They had 24 yards on the ground, 89 yards through the air. Novak was 8 of 14 for 89 yards. He has 1 touchdown. He has 1 interception as well, and he has been sacked once. Montana Tech will bring 3 up to the defensive front. And we are officially underway here in the third quarter. Quick hitter here on the near side. Pass complete. Spin move. Holding on. And pulling the pile out to the 38-yard line. That's great 3rd, 4th, 5th effort that time. And getting down Darius Haskins, the redshirt freshman out of Arizona, making the play. Yeah, Haskins, a good job. Just fighting. Trying to get those sticks moved on first down, and was able to do it. He had no business going another 3 or 4 yards with that football, but, just nobody told him he was down, so he kept running. So up to the line of scrimmage they come with a fresh set of downs. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Novak out of the shotgun. Tech showing blitz from the right side. And here it comes. Hand off to the tailback, into the second level, off to the races here on the near side. 40, 30, 25, 20. To the house is Brock Ping. I think they caught Montana Tech in a little outside pressure, and that thing opened up like the Red Sea for Ping. Perfect play call. Quick hitter off the left side. And Yeah, it was all over. There's just nobody that can angle him up here.
Boy, look at that. And not a soul near him. Montana Tech blitzing off that side. Left a monster gap. They get it into the second level, and Brock Ping is just gone.
Rocky leaves their offense on the field to go for 2 here.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be the case. So the offense will stay out. Montana Tech leading 27-15. And Rocky with a little bit of a statement here to start this third quarter.
And they get to select where they want the ball here, left hash, middle, or right hash. They kind of favor the left side here.
So no back. Man in motion there is Haskin. He'll stack up behind another receiver. No back, looking right. And Haskin gets the pass and the 2-point conversion.
Boy, you're really starting to see a lot of that, just that square out, that 2, 3, 5-yard square out on the goal line at all levels of football. They're just pairing them up here. They get a clear and a runoff and a little bit, you get a natural pick there. Yep.
Yeah. And that will put Rocky on the scoreboard. 27-17, Montana Tech leads by 10.
That's why you'll see teams, it used to be, when you got down inside the red zone, you saw a ton of man coverage. Everybody wants to be in man, maybe pressure, whatnot, but you just don't want guys getting away from you. That's why teams a lot of times now you'll see them navigate into a zone defense, so that corner doesn't have to squeeze that inside release up from that receiver. He doesn't have to squeeze it. He can just sit and wait for the next available guy to enter your zone. But that's why you'll see that.
So Ping with the big run, the score, and that will reel it in a little bit. 27-17, Montana Tech by 10. And that drive certainly changes the energy level in this joint. Deep kick, end over end. And it will go out of play inside the pylon.
Yeah, right over the pylon. The official's right there, rules it a touchback.
So under a minute gone here in the third quarter. And Ping reels off a big one for the Bears. Montana Tech leads by 10. Their offense coming back out.
Yeah, Rocky's big in that big odd surface at the 3-man front. D-tackle 6'3", 280, Tim Gray. Then you got Dakota Sage there, the 6-foot, 300-pound nose tackle. And then on the right side, Nathan Beard, 6'2", 215, more your speed guy up there. But, yeah, they're big at their 2 tackles. Now, I guess they're a 4-man front now, so you got a 1 and a 3 technique. But those guys are large humans.
First down and 10, Jarrett Wilson. Hand off to Wykeese Johnson. Johnson gets face masked as he comes across the 30. Flags come in from angles.
These officials are going to throw their arms out.
So the face mask should give him some extra yards. Take a look here at the Case Construction instant replay. Yeah. Wykeese Johnson gets the handoff.
Foul. Face mask.
So personal foul.
Number 7.
Right there.
15-yard penalty added
that is going to change your perspective real quickly.
But on a bright note, that's they found a way to slow Wykeese down. Just grab him by the face mask.
When you grab him by the bridle and tear him to the ground.
Brought him right to a stop.
First down and 10. There's now an answer. First and 10 here for the Digs. Jarrett Wilson, 8 of 11 on the day for 86 yards. He's also run for just shy of 20. Torgerson in motion, play action. Wilson wants to throw. Wilson now in trouble, gets tripped up. He's going down. Wilson's going to get sacked. That's a loss of 7. As it looks like Moore got his feet tripped up than anything as he goes down. That will move him back behind the chains. Take a look on the replay here as Rocky gets good penetration here from the near side.
Oxart's there, hard off the right side. Yeah, he just he put enough pressure in your right. He just kind of lost his footing.
Second down and long here for the Orediggers. 2nd and 19 officially. 1 back, 3 receivers. Montana Tech looks to the sideline. Michelotti split wide right, Snyder wide left, Torgerson in the slot. Johnson will get the carry. Johnson looks to turn it upfield in just a sea of white jerseys. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Yeah, not quite. He may have lost a yard there.
Nowhere to go at all. They came to the short side of the field.
You're going to be close to third and 20 here.
So 3rd and long, the Orediggers look to the sideline.
You know, about the only thing that I really like here, knowing your personnel on offense and the fact that Rocky is fresh off getting pressure on Wilson there in the backfield, I tell you what, if you could make it work or time it right, a little back screen here wouldn't be a bad idea. They're going to be dropping deep.
Dropping back, Wilson. Looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, going to his left. Downfield, and that one's going to fall incomplete.
Torgerson crossing the field there, trying to get a pass interference call as he was making a play on that ball. It looked like somebody might have had a palm on his shoulder. He wanted to go up for the ball, and he was unable to.
So that'll bring up 4th down here. Take a look as Wilson drops back. We'll see if we have an angle on Torgy as he cuts back here.
I'll tell you, the big fella, 6 foot, 300-pounder. I mean, you want to see some athletic moves at the football or at the quarterback.
Yeah, there was contact before that football got there. So the punting unit is in. And Casey Countsman ready to kick it away here for the Digs. Good snap to him. Countsman, wobbly spiral, taken at the 21-yard line. Return going right. Little shake and bake out to the 30, still on his feet to the 33.
You got a flag down back here. You're going to get a block in the back or something along those lines.
We've had 11 flags in this football game thus far. Let's see what our Whitehead gives us. Just underway here in the 3rd. Rocky with all the momentum here in this 3rd quarter.
During the kick, illegal block in the back. Number 0 of the return team. 10 yards from the end of the kick. 1st down.
Okay.
Timeout on the field.
So block in the back, and we have a timeout on the field. 11:42 left to play in the 3rd. Rocky Mountain College will get the football back, ladies and gentlemen, when we're back right after this.
Hey, Dave Brennan here with Case IH. One of the new options for model year 2024 is going to be an open spoke gauge wheel. That open spoke gauge wheel is going to be available on all 2000 series planters. That's going to help those growers in adverse conditions where they're muddy or high residue conditions minimize that plugging in and around that gauge wheel area. For more information on this new offering of open spoke gauge wheels, visit your local Case IH dealer.
Back here once again as taking a look at the littles here. So Rocky Mountain College takes over at their 11-yard line. We'll see if they can keep their momentum up. No back, looking left. In trouble, pocket collapses. That one's tipped and dropped, incomplete.
Ooh, dangerous glance ball coming off the palm of Dylan Flatt there on the choice route in the middle of the field. The ball glances up.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say, you talked about Novak and his comfort in the pocket. That was a great example of it. I mean, he had nothing, no space around him, and he still was able to hold his calm and try and get that ball delivered.
I think the next thing you're going to see, if Rocky challenges Tech downfield, I think they're going to probably try and double move. They've hit a couple stop routes and out routes in front of Christian Hansen down here to this side. Yeah, I would expect a double move something at some point in this series.
Novak airs it up downfield, hits his man. That's going to be 1st down yardage out to the 25-yard line. Now a real late flag.
That's Haskin again. Again, active with the ball when he gets it.
And by the reaction, it looks like Montana Tech's going to get it. Looking at the replay here. Makes the move. And I bet you it's the late over the top as Gonzer came in second.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's a guy who's fought for first down yardage now twice with the football. So that's a defense that's being yelled at from the sideline. Get there and get that player to the ground. He's not that late there. I don't like that call.
During the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. 15 yards added on to the end of the run, first down.
So unnecessary roughness on the Orediggers will give a fresh set of downs here to the Battlin Bears, which they would have had anyway, now out to their 40-yard line. No back, 10 of 16 for 164 yards and a pair of scores. Rocky with some good momentum right now. Montana Tech brings 4 up to the line of scrimmage. No back, play action. Turns downfield, has a man off the fingertips of Abbott, and that's going to fall incomplete.
Boy, he certainly had a chance there. Abbott almost looked like he may have slightly mistimed his jump for that ball. And he walks off the field banged up a little bit.
Take a look here. Abbott gets a hand on it. And Gonzer rides him to the turf.
Yeah, maybe just a slight overthrow. Heck, really good effort out of Abbott there on that football, but looked like the jump was timed just fine, just a slight overthrow.
2nd and 10. No back, again out of the shotgun. Handoff going to go to his tailback, and this time he'll get 3. Diving forward once again is Ping.
Yeah, the Montana Tech really needs a stop here. The last thing you want is to give an 0-1 team a chance and momentum or a chance to stay in this game. They're certainly back in it, don't get me wrong, but you need a stop. You need to get them off, get your offense on the field, start grinding out some first downs.
Tech brings 3 up to the defensive front. Man in motion, looking left the whole way. Big hit delivered as the ball goes up, caught at the 35-yard line, down the sidelines, and into the end zone for the score is going to be Haskin.
Do got a flag in the backfield here.
I think they're going to get him for roughing the passer. Here, let's take a look at the replay.
Well, I don't think it's rough unless they went up to the head. Oh, no. That's he's making contact as that ball's being thrown.
It is a big hit delivered, but as you look at that replay.
Yeah, this is good. He's not up near the head and neck area of the quarterback or anything. He's right into his chest as that ball is being delivered.
So the
result of the play is a touchdown. Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
That's a bad call.
With targeting. Number 14 of the defense.
With targeting?
The previous play
is this reviewable? Review. The helmet is outside the numbers. All right, so it looks like they are. So the white hat looks like he is going to go to our TDS replay booth, possibly?
Yeah, I think he goes right into the chest. He's squared up, shoulder pad. I don't know, unless they got him leading with the crown into the armpit.
Yeah, so
that's really splitting hairs.
Yeah, the white hat will go over and so the quarterback and no back gets up and makes his way off the field.
Boy, if we could get another look from up here, you can see it. That first replay, it just shows him going.
There you go. Thank you, Jason.
This is Tell Arthur.
Tell Arthur.
Right into the midsection.
The Tech faithful letting the officials know what their call is on this. Oh, boy, if that ump isn't there, that's a great view. Thank you, Jason. Part of our great crew here, Jason, running our replay. So the white hat is in the TDS replay review tent. Tech leading. So the touchdown is in, and there's no. That's going to be the case no matter what. I mean, they did get the score. The replay is over the personal foul and the targeting after the fact. Coach Sampson talking to the officials here. 10:38 left to play in the third. Rocky has controlled the momentum here in this second half.
This is a football game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't get the roughing the passer here. I mean, this is a, and trust me, Tel Arthur's not measuring how he's going to tackle the quarterback. This is all reaction and proper fundamentals of years of playing this position. He hits him perfectly.
And we've got our call.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned. Number 14 is not disqualified. We do still have personal foul, roughing the passer, number 14. That penalty will be enforced on the preceding kickoff, 1 on time down.
So the targeting was overruled. The roughing the passer, thank you, Jason. Take a look again. They're calling this roughing the passer. He makes contact and he still has the football.
Yeah, that is, now come on. You can only explain this one way. If that quarterback's name is Tom Brady. You know, he's the only one that ever got this call. This is bad. This is bad.
10:38 left to play here in the third. So a 4-point football game here. And what was already a physical kind of scrappy football game is going to go to the next level here. Yeah, hats off to our camera guys in our replay. Jason handling that right there. You can see as he makes contact, Tel Arthur.
You get a roughing the passer call for playing football 101.
So the kicking unit is in for the PAT here for Rocky. Looking to trim this to a 3-point football game. Rocky getting after it here in this third quarter. We're not even 5 minutes in. And the texture of this thing has changed greatly. Chip shot is up and no good. The PAT no good. It's a 4-point contest. Montana Tech leading 27-23. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. The intensity and temperature in this room have been ratcheted up significantly. And we'll see how this Montana Tech offense responds as the Digs will get the football back here.
Well, now you need a drive. And to this point this season, they've gotten these drives when they absolutely needed them. So you've got to lean back on that experience from an offense, and that's got to be your O front and your coaches in that big huddle there on the sideline. They're talking this over, and they're talking about emotions there, right? Mm-hmm. They're talking about channeling your emotions and forgetting everything that's happened to this point and go out and play our brand of football. And that's what, that's just what they have to channel here. They just got to kind of forget, this high emotion back and forth that started this third quarter and just getting back to doing what you do. And you also got to watch the onside prevent here. They're kicking from midfield.
Yep.
And so you got to watch some kind of a pooch kick or an onside.
And they'll just blaze this one out of the back of the end zone. So Montana Tech will start at the 25-yard line. And the Digger-O will look to take some momentum back. Rocky has grabbed the bulk of it here in the last 4.5 minutes. And Montana Tech's offense will come out and roll. The Digs, 40 offensive plays, 236 yards. Rocky now with 29 offensive plays and 248 yards.
Absolutely own the second half, Rocky has. And you still got Wilson at quarterback here. So, and at this point, too, in this run game, I'm starting to get Wilson more involved in the run game.
First down and 10. Pierce in motion. One back, receiver on each side. Long snap count. Johnson will get it. Johnson gets a gap. Johnson at the 35-40, cuts back. He's at the 45, gets hit from behind out to the 48, and he's down. Ball gets knocked out as he hits the turf. And a big run there for Johnson, 22 yards. And that puts him at 108 on the day. Take a look at this as he finds this seam and just takes off.
Good piece of running. He's looking for the cutback here. I'm not so sure if I'm Waukese, I don't just sprint to the sideline.
First down and 10, Montana Tech. Pierce again in motion. They're strong to the wide side. This time Wilson pulls it, keeps it, and he'll get a yard, and then there's the flag.
See, and in full disclosure, I don't like this call either. He's just the Rocky defender's coming in here and finishing the tackle. I think they're going to get him a shot to like the head and neck area, but
I think you'll get targeting on this as well.
But he's a runner.
Take a look here at the replay. Hands it off, turns the corner. So he gets wrapped up, and as he gets spun...
Yeah.
there's no helmet.
What are we doing, guys?
There is no foul on the play.
So no penalty. They'll pick the flag up. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Orediggers. They'll change out personnel. They shift out of that heavy formation and go to 3 receivers. Michelati comes in. Snyder comes in. Torgerson comes in. I don't think Snyder's been targeted yet today, has he?
I haven't seen a ball throw Dylan Snyder's way.
2nd down and 10. Showing blitz. Here it comes. Quarterback keeps it. And he'll get a couple, not much there, as he gets taken down by Mason Browning.
Waukese is showing a little frustration there. He's up in pass protection. He checks and releases. He just wants Wilson to dump him the ball. Check that thing down. Get it to me. There's other ways to get me the ball besides handing it to me in the backfield. And he may be justified there. I think that might be the frustration there.
3rd down and 8 here for the Orediggers. Ball at their 48-yard line. The Diggs 3 wide. Johnson in the backfield. Rocky with all the momentum right now in this 3rd quarter. Wilson, drag route, gets it to Torgerson. He'll dive forward. Far spot is not good. The near side spot is far better.
Yeah, he's going to get it here. This line judge is going to get it. It's to his hash mark.
So it is a 1st down. Nice effort that time by Torgerson as he dives forward and moves the chains.
And they're lobbying for the call on the other sideline, which they should. But, that's this line judge's call to his hash mark, and they'll move the chains.
8:35 left to play here in the 3rd. And it looks like...
He may challenge the spot here.
Timeout, Rocky Mountain College.
So they'll call a timeout.
That's their first charge, timeout of the half. Rocky Mountain
College will...
challenging the ruling on the field.
Yep, they're going to challenge the spot on the football.
The previous play is under review.
8:34 left to play here in this 3rd quarter.
This will probably be pretty tough to get, I would think, but we can take a look.
And another one that has to be remembered is that the replay cameras that are being used are not ours. There's a much different matter here. I mean, we have a really good bird's eye view here. You see Torgerson get it, and then he leans forward.
Yeah, I think he may be just a hair short here. I don't know. He looks like he's just crossing the 39-yard line here. Right there, or right on the 39-yard line.
So the white hat will go and take a look. It'd be interesting to know the difference in camera views. Like I say, our view is certainly a lot better. Hats off to our camera crew here today and crew down in the booth. Just killing it always. So we'll wait here for a moment as the white hat going through the views that are available. The Frontier Conference, we have 2 views. They're basically the same views. If you're familiar with watching football tape, you've got the end zone cam and then the cam on top. That's basically what you're looking at is the view that you get while watching film. So usually going to be wide enough that you see everybody on the field. So detail is probably going to be pretty hard to pick out.
These 2 coaches have had a season's worth of interactions with officials in a 3/4 of a football game so far today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just seems like every other play or every 3rd play, there's 2 officials talking to a head coach on this side and 2 or 3 officials talking to a head coach on the other side.
You know, the other thing to kind of keep in thoughts a little bit as well is, you know, Rocky has a ton of momentum right now. All of this is slowing their momentum down as well.
Right.
So the white hat.
Yeah, and this will be a big call.
It looks like the white hat is talking to his officials about where the spot is, and they are going to move it back to the 39. Or the 44, excuse me.
Well, they moved him back just over a yard. Big decision
After
for
review,
Montana Tech, I think.
The runner was down short of the line to gain. The ball will be placed at the 44-yard line, 4th down.
So the ball placed at the 44. The
Rocky
offense comes out.
Retains their timeout.
This is going to be a tough one to get. We'll see what Montana Tech does because, you know, we mentioned the size of the defensive, their 1 technique and 3 technique. Those 2 defensive tackles, both 300-pounders. They'll be in here tight to the quarterback. They'll have 4 guys at the line and 3 linebackers.
They shift out of the full house and heavy up front. Wilson hands it off to Johnson. Johnson powers his way straight ahead down to the 41. He needed 1. He gets 3.
3 yards. It isn't sexy, but it sends a huge statement for this offense.
I don't even want to know. I almost asked you what is sexy, but I'm not even going to go there. Let's watch the replay here, shall we? Wykeesh Johnson straight ahead.
It's a term we use in those offensive and defensive meetings quite often.
1st and 10, Orediggers, ball at the Rocky Mountain College 42-yard line. 1 back, 3 receivers. Wykeesh will get the carry again. He'll turn the corner. Little stutter step, great footwork. He'll get down to the 36-yard line, a gain of 6.
You bet. You bet. Just picking and choosing, waiting for blocks to happen out there on the perimeter. Wykeesh makes some good decisions, gets the ball downfield 6 yards into an area where his offense has choices now.
Montana Tech leading by 4. Rocky gone on a little bit of a tear here in this 3rd quarter. The Digs looking at 2nd down and 4. Wilson. They'll change the back as Milanowski is in. Torgerson across the formation. Milanowski will get the rock. Straight ahead, he breaks the 35 to the 34, a gain of 2. So the Digs keeping it on the ground here. Wykeesh Johnson, 18 carries, 116 yards. Milanowski now 9 carries for just shy of 60.
It's been a while since they've pressed down and released Derek Pierce. You know, we've seen that just so effective in their first 2 games, just leaking Pierce into the pass route off a hard running action. He's in the game here to our side, to the short side of the field. We'll see if they don't try and leak him out. Oh, they're pointing him out too. Rocky's well coached.
Well, 1 back, rolling out Wilson. Trouble coming. Wilson's going to go. Wilson across the 30, 25-20. Little shake and bake down to the 17-yard line.
Great job by Pierce there. They're trying to sneak him out. They're trying to sneak him out. Rocky recognized it. They were pointing at him before the snap. They recognized, but Pierce immediately sees his quarterback turn the corner, becomes a blocker, and seals the edge for him. This is a great job by Derek Pierce.
That's an outstanding job and a good run by the quarterback and Jarrett Wilson. 7 carries, 32 yards on the day for Wilson. And they'll get the play in. A little personnel change. Parker Johnson is in. Milanowski in the backfield. 1st down and 10 inside the Case IH red zone. Montana Tech knocking on the door. Hand off to Milanowski. Turns the corner. He has a gap. Milanowski to the edge and knocked out of bounds at the 4.
Good job of staying in bounds when he lost his balance.
He made it so far. I thought it was destined to get in the end zone. You just watch him walk this wire. Tremendous effort by Milanowski as we take a look here at the instant replay.
Watch him get flipped up here. Watch him get that foot back down in bounds right here.
Tremendous effort, just keeping the body weight forward.
Wow.
Great effort by Milanowski.
Yeah, Tim Gray, 99 for Rocky, is down right there at the 20-yard line. And that would be a big loss. 6'3", 280-pounder, and they've just played so good tackle to tackle in there on the defensive tackle to tackle Rocky has, and just tough big fellas to move. and we hope that he gets up and he's all right. But, yeah, he's not looking too comfortable right now. Montana Tech is back in business at the 3-yard line.
The offense is rolling right now. 4:53 left to play here in the third.
You get back to that completion to Torgerson that did give him a 4th and 1. That was a really nice route by Torgerson. He pressed hard. We used to call that an under route. Pressed hard on the out, stomped it, pivoted back inside, and Wilson drills him with the football. That was a good completion, a good safe completion thrown on time for a young quarterback.
Tim Gray gets up under his own power, walks over to the sideline, which is good to see. And Montana Tech's offense looking at 1st and goal from the 3. The Digs leading by 4.
And I don't mess around down here. I may even go heavy in the backfield, but I am quick hitters. I'm not running any draws. I'm not pulling any linemen. I'm all inside, outside zone, probably just inside zone. You've got 4 downs to cross that goal line down here. You can eat up a lot of clock, and you send a message here. Offensive front, we trust you. Back, we trust you. Quarterback, execute it. Stay good on your fakes, post handoff, but this is, in my opinion, Wykeese left, right, or up the middle.
So Wykeese is in at tailback. Jarrett Wilson at quarterback. Wilson has thrown for 94 yards, run for 23. Heavy formation out in front. Wilson hands it off to Wykeese Johnson. Turns the corner left. Wykeese to the goal line. Touchdown, Montana Tech. Wykeese Johnson bounces left. He gets behind the big boys, and he'll hang 6 on the board. A big-time, much-needed touchdown for this Montana Tech offense.
You know what? You didn't see anything. What you didn't see there was any leakage into the backfield. Great job up front. Everybody got hat on hat at the line of scrimmage. Johnson was able to take his time, pick where he kind of wanted to go with that football. He made the right selection.
So the Digs go up 33-23, and they'll look to add one more here with a PAT. Awaiting the snap. And Countsman drills it and pushes it through. So Montana Tech leads by 11, 34-23. Frontier Conference action on Digger Vision. We're back after this.
Timeout on the field.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Back here once again at the campus of Montana Tech, the Digs with a tremendous answer as they go 10 plays, 75 yards, and grab an 11-point lead.
Yeah, it was just a big drive. Just started up front. Quarterback executed. Great job of running. Good play calling. I mean, it's it's difficult in these situations. It really is, especially when you're dealing with young quarterbacks. What do you feel comfortable running? And the decision by Wilson, they tried to sneak Pierce out on his big run, but nothing there. But Wilson made the quick decision to take off running, and Pierce made the quick decision to seal the edge for him. And that was the big play there, other than the 4th down conversion. That was the big play there on that drive.
So Montana Tech has run 50 offensive plays for 311 yards. The other side, Rocky, has run 29 offensive plays for 248. And the Digs ready to kick it away here. Ryder Baranowski, the sophomore out of Whitefish. And Baranowski is off. End-over-end kick, floating into the end zone and out the back of the end zone.
Hey, you got to hand it to Rocky. They just want no part of anything that's flying into that end zone as far as return game goes. Those heels are on the goal line, and if the ball is going to cross those heels, they just let it go and start on the 25.
5:17 left to play here in this third quarter. Montana Tech leading 34-23. And let's see what Rocky Mountain College brings out here. The Battlin Bears, Novak at quarterback. Novak's 11 of 19 for 224 and 3 scores. Hand off to his tailback. Ping turns the right corner and finds a wall of black jerseys. It's a gain of 2.
Good job. Montana Tech in there with their nickel package. And again, Weber up there to help make the stop on that side, along with look like Anthony Oakes and Beller in on the action there, but nice piece. I don't see Till Arthur in at linebacker right now. Got a nickel package in, so.
2nd and 7 here for the Bears. They're going to keep it on the ground again. Ping turns the corner. He'll get out to the 34-yard line, a yard, nearly 2, well, they'll say 1 yard shy, so 3rd down and 1 here for the Bears.
Rocky recognizes that, and they just check to a stretch play, try to get some blocks, get the corner turned. Pretty nice job getting themselves into business. 3rd and a little more than 1 yard here. And Montana Tech will run on more traditional defenders with Arthur back in at middle linebacker, along with Beller and Tyler Kovic.
3rd down and 1. Under center this time for Novak. Dips his head, rolls out. He's looking downfield. 1-on-1 to the sideline. Pass well thrown. They're pointing that ball came out, and it is a catch. So they'll say catch. That'll move the chains out to the 44-yard line for the Battlin Bears. Nice catch that time by Eric Lira.
That looked like a play right out of a junior high playbook. You know, quarterback under center, the rolling bootleg.
Yep.
Effective, though.
1st and 10. He's going to hit his back out of the backfield. Ping gets it. Gets past the first defender and out of bounds at the 48-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4 here for the Bears. So Ping's numbers, he continues to add to those here today. He's run for a little over 90. His first catch out of the backfield today. Ping's had a good day.
Yeah, you got to hand it to Rocky. They came out with a plan in the second half, and by and large have executed it. Certainly didn't quit.
2nd down and 6 here for the Bears. Trips receivers right. Tech will rush 4. Hand off to the tailback. A different tailback in this time. That's Tough Adams. Adams out of Helena Capital.
That's a little more like it. Looking for a cutback. The backside pursuit, Montana Tech's defense getting down the line of scrimmage, making that cutback a futile effort.
So 3rd down and 5 here for the Bears. Ball at their 49-yard line.
So now you got Roland Trent and DeVos up front, along with Umali. 4-man surface. It looks like Cole Graham up top. So you should be able to get ample pressure on Novak here.
3rd down and 5. Rolling right. Passes up, tipped and intercepted. Intercepted at the 47-yard line. Montana Tech will get the pick, and they'll get the football back.
Tipped right into Beller's hands, I think. Or is that Kovic or Beller? I think it's Beller.
Let's take a look at the replay here on our Case Construction replay. Rolling to his right. Pass behind his intended target. And right into the hands of the Orediggers as Kellen Beller reels it in, and Beller will bring it the other way. Montana Tech will take over.
Yeah, a good plan for accounting for an escaping quarterback that time. Tell Arthur reading and running and putting pressure on Novak there, forcing the throw. But again, Tell Arthur just having himself a great season, in a great position there to force action and cause a turnover.
1st down and 10, Montana Tech. They'll run split backs. Heavy formation up front. Torgerson goes in motion. He'll line up in the pistol. Wilson rolling left. He's in trouble. Looking to get rid of it. He does throw it downfield, and that's going to go incomplete.
Nothing looked good there. I don't know if someone If Wilson turned the wrong way, that play just never looked right.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Digs. Ball at the Rocky Mountain College 43-yard line.
An awful position to put a young quarterback in.
So as they come up to the line of scrimmage, Wykeese Johnson, the tailback, he has 119 yards on the day on 19 carries. Wilson hands it off to Wykeese. Wilson kept it himself. He'll go ahead for 6.
We saw a lot of that a couple weeks ago.
I apologize.
Against the Western Bulldogs, just the stretch fake and Wilson keeping the ball up the middle. And I think to this point on that keep, that's the most daylight he's seen.
Yeah, nice run that time by the quarterback. Take a look here at the instant replay. Puts it in his belly.
Had us faked
Pulls
out.
it out. Yeah, I was going with Wykeese the whole time. Thankfully, so was our Tony.
In our defense, Wykeese's bicep is so huge, it looked like he had a football in there.
3rd down and 5. Handoff goes to Johnson. Wykeese turns the corner, tries to vault up over the top. He'll get a couple positive yards, but he's going to be short of the 1st down marker. Yeah, Tech going to be looking at 4th down and 3 here.
Yeah.
Is this 4 down territory?
Yeah, 50.
It'd be about 53, 54 yards with a little bit of wind. Wind is more left to right than anything.
Oh, I think Councilman certainly has the foot for it. I think you go for it here.
Okay. Coaching staff.
Up 11. They might just trickle this down and think it's worthy of a timeout.
Really not in any hurry to get the play in here, so it does look like we are going to get possibly a timeout. And they'll stop the clock at 1. So Montana Tech will call a timeout. 42 seconds left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Montana Tech leading 34-23. Frontier Conference action here on a Saturday afternoon. Boy, it's been a wild 3rd quarter here. Man, Rocky came out, hit some big plays here in the 3rd, grabbed a ton of momentum.
They not only hit some big plays, they had big-time players making plays.
Yes.
That's what they needed, and that's what they got.
No, that's a great point. Let me see if I can grab us some other scores here while we have a moment. As always, thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision. Let's see what we have here. Dickinson, it's a final. Dickinson beats Northern in Havre 33-16. Let's see. Eastern leading Whitworth 10-3 in the 3rd quarter. See if I can find any other Frontier schools here. Looks like that's all that's hopping up at me here. So Montana Tech looking at 4th down and 3. The offense is out. Milanowski in the backfield. 2 receivers left.
What's the call, Paul? Run or pass?
I think it's a pass. Little flare out tight end. Nope, flare out Milanowski possibly. Stepping up, Wilson has a ton of room. Wilson goes to cut back. He's going to get 1st down yardage, but a late flag comes in. What here you think? What's flag? Is it holding?
Hold, probably.
Holding.
Yep.
Offense. Number 60. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay. 4th down.
Well, now it makes it an easy decision.
Yep. So the punting unit will come out and get ready to kick this one away. Montana Tech leading 34-23. I will say that Montana Tech has had the ball in good field position on a couple of interceptions today, and Rocky has done a good job shutting them down on that quick change.
That's a great point. Yeah, sudden change. I go back to our guy Chuck Morrell, and his sudden change defense was always so phenomenal.
Yeah. So 4th down and long, punting unit is in. And the punt is away. End over end kick, drifting right. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11-yard line. 4 seconds left to play here in the 3rd quarter.
I like the punting style. Did you notice Casey went a little Australian rules for us there?
He can do it all.
He can do it all.
He can do it all. So 4 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Montana Tech leading 34-23. And Rocky's offense The way the officials were talking there, it felt like they were...
I don't know what took the ball down to the 11-yard line. I thought he caught it on the 4 or the 15.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5 men in the backfield. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down.
So Montana Tech hit with an illegal formation on the punt. That's what they were chatting about. So the ball comes out to the 16-yard line. So penalties continuing to be an issue here as this one goes. And Rocky Mountain College, no back at quarterback. He's thrown for 224 yards today. Handoff is swallowed up. Big time play that time.
That's Rowe.
Yeah.
Roland Trent. Had a great breakout game against Carroll College last weekend and really playing some good football for this Orediggers front four.
And we will go to the fourth quarter. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. We're back after this.
Hi, I'm Matt Steppen, Athletic Director at Montana Tech, and I want to welcome all members of the Orediggers family, past, present, and future, to the brand new Montana Tech Hyper Complex. We're excited to announce a modernization project that will enhance the experience on campus for all students, faculty, staff, and the entire Orediggers community. With a state-of-the-art hyper facility, our Montana Tech students and athletic programs will experience an athletics facility like no other in the NAIA. Excited to present to you the future of Montana Tech athletics.
Back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech Alumni Coliseum as the Digs taking on Rocky Mountain College's Battlin Bears. We enter the fourth quarter. As always, thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision. Montana Tech, as of the last couple days, started our celebration for 125 years. Montana Tech is an institution. The first day of class was September 11th, 1900. And we are in our 125th year here on campus. Do you know what the two degrees were that started?
Economics and...
Doug Abbott
biology. What were they?
Mining engineering and electrical engineering. Obviously, the mining engineering is pretty easy to understand why, and the electrical engineering was to put lights in the mines. Second down and 11 here for the Battlin Bears. One back. Montana Tech brings 3 up. They'll show pressure from 4, and they will bring 4. Actually, bring more. No back, airs it up downfield, has a man overthrown, incomplete, into double coverage. Boy, when I saw Tech looked like they brought 5, maybe even 6, and when he let that go, I wasn't sure what was downfield, and I was surprised to see double coverage.
Yeah, Hansen was in a good spot that time. Step for step with his receiver, getting a little help over with Peyton Gonzer in the coverage. Or excuse me, Jace. Oh, no, wait, he had nickel out there. I'm sorry.
That'll bring up 3rd and 11.
Big
crowd
down.
Getting loud here in the mining city. Novak out of the shotgun. Looking right the whole way. Steps up in the pocket. Delivers. Caught across the 35-40. On his feet midfield. Continuing to go down to the Montana Tech 37.
Shoestring tackle by Peyton Gonzer after Hansen missed. But what a good completion.
That's a great throw in heavy traffic.
That's 2 tough balls in traffic that Lyra has caught in this game. And he's only been targeted a couple times, but man, they've been good catches.
6 catches on the day for Lyra. That'll put him over 100 yards from the receiving. 14:43 left to play here in the ball game.
Tech bringing a little pass rush in. Cole Graham back in. Roland Trent will run out.
Graham, the true freshman out of Helena Capital. Met his dad again for the first 100th time out in the tailgate. This is how pathetic I am. I remember nothing. And his dad and I graduated together at Butte High School.
That's insane.
And I have no memory of situation. Injured player down for Rocky Mountain College.
They're a big wrestling family, correct?
Yep. And that's why it's surprising that he would remember me, because I don't think I'd ever won a wrestling match. I don't think ever. I think I'm like 0-186. You know, you always talk about, in boxing, when you have a box, all the boxers seem to be like 53-2, 53-1. You wonder where they get all their wins. That was me. I was that guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. 1st and 10. Battlin Bears after a big-time play downfield. Rocky really has hit the big play here today. One back. They're going to move twin tight left. 1st down and 10 at the Montana Tech 37-yard line. Hand off to the tailback. Ping bouncing left. Ping puts his head down, gets hit hard at the 31, but he's going to get good yardage, a gain of 6, nearly 7.
Yeah, Rocky's seeing nickel and dime in on 1st down. And they're just handing the ball to Ping. They've ran stretch a couple times for good 1st down pickups.
2nd down and 4 officially. Clock running. Remember, we have volleyball after this on Digger Vision, supposedly starting at 5 p.m. Swing pass left side, and that's going to fall incomplete.
Ruling on
That'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Incomplete pass. 3rd down.
It'll be interesting to see how Montana Tech defends this. They're leaving the nickel package out there. So that means Arthur's in the game. So Beller's in the game.
Yeah.
Just a 3-man surface. And they are leaving both Damon Burns and I believe Weber are on the field.
3rd and 4. No back, swings it out right side. Pass complete across the 25 and out of bounds at the 21. And that is a fresh set of downs here for the Battlin Bears.
Want a flag thrown there, but the receiver just kind of baited the defender.
Yeah.
Cole Graham pulled his hands off the runner as he hit the sideline.
Yep, and you see it there on the replay. 1st down and 10 here for the Bears. Ball at the Montana Tech 21-yard line. The Digs lead by 11. Bears putting together another nice drive here. 3-man rush coming. Airs it up. Pass is overthrown, incomplete. Well, you can see just how gun-shy everyone is with penalties today. I mean, everybody pulling their hands back to their shoulder pads. You can just see it in their posture on the field.
Boy, they've tried Hansen a ton today. You know whose name we haven't even mentioned? Is the other cornerback, David Lowry.
It's a great point.
It's like they haven't thrown the ball. If they have his way, it's just, it hasn't been much. But they've really gave Hansen a lot of tries here with Haskin.
2nd down and 10, one back. Ping, and we're going to get a whistle, and they're going to get started early.
That'll help.
Yep.
That's a big 5 yards. Give them 2nd and 15.
Ball start. Offense. Number 1. 5-yard penalty.
So false start.
Still 2nd down.
As they hit the receiver out there, and Darius Haskin.
Those always go over well in the receiver room the next week.
They'll look to the sideline for the play call. 2nd and 15 here, the Battlin Bears. Trailing by 11 with 13:20 left to play. 4 receivers, 1 back. And no back. 3-step drop. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Gets rid of it somehow. Across the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Nice catch by Lira again.
Another tough catch in traffic by Lira. Went up strong. Montana Tech able to get a little bit of pressure on no back that time.
Actually, it isn't. It's Holcomb. We have a new quarterback. Luke Holcomb, a redshirt senior out of Washington, is on the field.
Was he their quarterback last year, right?
I think he was injured, yes. I apologize. I did not. I would assume it's been Holcomb's series, but you never know. 1 back, 4 receivers. Holcomb out of the shotgun. 3rd down and 6. Again, my apologies. Pressure coming. Holcomb stands, delivers. Pass is caught. Oh, it comes out.
Knocked it away.
Big collision. And Eric Lira unable to hold on, and that will bring the field goal unit in.
Huge hit by Gonzer. I think it's Peyton Gonzer that comes in right through the football here. Watch as he brings it in. In comes Gonzer right through the ball. Great hit. Great defensive play.
So the field goal unit is in. 35-yard attempt, right hash mark. Snap and holder good. Blocked again. Ball is free, going to the sidelines, and it goes out. Montana Tech will block another one. Getting the hands on it, Jace Thompson. The Digs blocked the field goal attempt.
Oh, Gonzer took out Coach Thatcher on the sideline.
And that's saying something. Take a look at the instant replay. Watch the pressure they get from the edge. Bang.
That's Jace, yep.
He sees it as it comes to the sideline. And Montana Tech will take over at the 35-yard line. Big time play by Montana Tech special teams, who have been very special this year. I mean, every facet of special teams this year has been off the charts.
Having as good a year in special teams as anybody in the country.
Yeah, easily.
Yes, I mean at any level.
Yeah, I mean, they have just been so good in every facet. First down and 10, Pearson motion. Handoff going to go to Wykeese Johnson. Pushes the pile forward for a gain of 3.
Once again, he's had to earn every inch that he's gained on the ground today. Another really, really good effort by Wykeese there in the backfield.
So my guess is when Novak was hurt, when he was injured and jumped up and, was able to get off the field, I'm guessing we probably have had Holcomb at quarterback since then.
Because he's over there, still in uniform, helmet off.
Clock running, 11:40 left to play in the ball game. 3 receivers here. And rolling the pocket right. Wilson puts on the brakes, airs it up downfield. 1-on-1. That one's going to be intercepted at the 33-yard line. Intercepted downfield. And the turnover will go to the Bears.
Yeah, that's just a bad decision.
He's rolling out of the pocket as you take a look here on the Case Construction instant replay. Sets his feet, delivers off balance.
And
Torgerson's
as well covered there as you will see a guy all day.
Sean Tuddy steps in front of Torgerson, gets the pick. And we have a timeout on the field. 11:28 left to play here in this ball game. Montana Tech up by 11. We're back here after this.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Nucor is a great company. They care about their people. They care about the environment.
I've never been restricted to fall in a box. I've never been told that I can't do something.
I saw it as a great opportunity to develop a career.
You create your own destiny at Nucor.
We're building something bigger out here at Nucor. Come join us.
Hey, just get your elk yet?
Haven't been out to Browns Gulch yet.
Little view of Fleecer. That'll be glowing orange here in just a matter of weeks. First down and 10, Rocky Mountain College off of the interception. The first interception of the day for Jarrett Wilson. Both quarterbacks have thrown one thus far. We've had a couple tip balls as well. Handoff to Ping. Stetter step to the edge. And that is going to be a gain of 1, maybe 2.
Good play, forcing the edge here forcing Ping to try and look for a cutback opportunity. Just nothing there. Tech really defended that from the inside out really well.
2nd down and 8 here for the Bears. Tech leads by 11. We have 11 minutes left in this one. Montana Tech on the road to Southern Oregon next week. Ron Haskett will have the call from Ashland.
Can't wait.
You were walking there, weren't you? Ping releases out of the backfield. And no backs. Actually, it is Holcomb again. My apologies. Holcomb slides out across the 35. Gain of 2 brings up 3rd down and probably 6 here for the Battlin Bears. So Luke Holcomb, redshirt senior quarterback out of Puyallup, Washington. Transfer from Washington State.
I'm trying to see Novak over there. He must have his helmet on. Oh, wait, forget it. That might be him. It looks like he's got his arm pinned against his chest right next.
Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Right next to the ball boy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was having himself a really good football game.
3rd down and 6. Dropping back, looking to throw. In the pocket, pass delivered, complete. Can he get to the marker? No. Big time defense that time. Jace Thompson comes in, lowers the stop. That's going to bring up 4th down and 4 for the Battlin Bears.
Boy, Thompson is just somebody that's gotten really good in, say maybe his last 7 or 8 starts.
Boy, watch the pursuit here.
He really tackles well in space.
Bang. Just gets in right into the hips and doesn't allow him to move anywhere. Punting unit is in here for the Bears. You've got to be careful of the fake here. So 4th down and 4. And they are going to run the fake. Up the middle, doesn't get it. They get the handoff. They tried to get the fake underway. And that is going to be short. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. It'll go to Montana Tech. The Digs are ready.
I think that was just safe return, too. I think you had Cole Graham over there. And Kellen Beller.
Yep.
In on the stop.
Nice job by Kellen. That'll bring up a 1st down for Montana Tech. A turnover on downs to the Orediggers. An 11-point lead. And here come the Digs up to the line of scrimmage.
Usually in this situation, I'd say this is a good place to take a shot. But after Wilson's last throw, getting picked off, I'd be real surprised to see this ball get thrown airborne at all in this whole series.
1st down and 10. They're going to run split backs. Milanowski left, Johnson right. Torgerson goes in motion. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson nowhere. Wall of white. And he'll lose half a yard. Clock continues to run. Under 9 minutes left to play here in this one. So Montana Tech 2-0 on the season. Rocky Mountain College 0-1. Again, these two teams will meet again in Billings. That one will be a conference matchup.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. I don't know if you're going to see this ball get thrown, but I think Wilson may hold on to this. I don't know. I don't think the defense will be surprised, but I think this might be an attempt to run the quarterback.
2nd down and 10 here for the Digs. Jarrett Wilson, 9 of 15 for 94 yards, 1 score, 1 interception. And Montana Tech going to call a timeout. Something Coach Sampson did not like. He found the linesman, calls the timeout. With 8:18 left to play here in the ball game. We'll go ahead and keep her here. Again, thanks for joining us.
Montana Tech.
As we make our way through a Saturday. Remember, we have volleyball coming your way in about an hour. So we'll see how quickly this one ends.
Yeah, and you're right about this game, kind of feeling a little weird. But, I think the overall thing I'm going to take away from this is Rocky's a better football team than, I don't know, maybe we thought. College Idaho's always got a good program, right?
Yep.
Rocky loses their first game to them, but, they got a lot of good players. Personnel-wise, they look right. They fit the bill. They're big in the defensive front, active. Appear to give Novak and Holcomb, plenty of time to throw the football. Obviously, good skilled guys. Ping there at running back, and you think of Haskin and Lyra and crew catching the football. I mean, they look really solid, and just one of those teams that's maybe just tough to look real good against. I certainly don't hate what I see out of Rocky. It's a good-looking football team.
Torgerson in motion, 2nd down and 10. He's going to get the ball. He has a lead blocker. Johnson out in front. Torgerson, stiff arm, turns the corner, out of bounds at the 34. A gain of 8. And that will bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Looks like 3rd and 3. 4-down territory here.
And just as important, clock continues to roll.
Rocky's done a nice job of identifying Tech's tight ends, should they want to throw the ball.
So the Diggs looking to the sidelines.
Yeah, I'm not so sure you just don't do a little inside zone keep here with your quarterback, similar to that Western game. He went out and got to get a big 1st down in that last series to run out the clock.
Handoff, play action. Wilson rolling left. He cuts back. He's going to go. Wilson covers the ball up. He's across the 30, down to the 28-yard line. 1st down yardage, a gain of 7 for the quarterback, and a big 1st down.
You giving me that one, or did you think you really wanted to throw that?
I'll give it. I'll give it to you. I loathe giving you credit.
Well, and here's the thing. I'll defend this stuff. You're going to get doubt on the sideline. You're going to get, you're going to get a little doubt. You give this guy a chance to go out and redeem himself. That's just kind of your thinking.
1st and 10, hand off to Johnson. Johnson straight ahead. He'll push it down to the 24. Yeah, gosh, even near the 23, actually. They'll give him 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah, he broke a tackle about 2 or 3 yards downfield where he had to go down and put the mitt down on the ground.
We've seen him do that several times already, and his balance and the ability to keep his knees off the ground, just impressive.
And you know what they do? They work on that in practice.
Yeah.
I just remember Will Height and Steve Schulte coaching our running backs. How much time those running backs spent going through drill work, pivoting on their hands, planting on their hands. It's good stuff.
2nd and 4 behind the full house. Johnson will get it. He gets a seam, dives out to the 20-yard line. Johnson, carry number 24. He has 130 yards on the day.
How many carries?
24. That was 24.
Light load today.
And honestly, I think they probably wanted to keep him under 20.
Sometimes the W is just a little more important.
Yeah. 3rd down, and we'll say 1. Wilson stays in the shotgun. They're going to rack it up. Heavy formation up front. Wilson and Johnson in the backfield. Johnson gets it. And he gets behind his big boys and moves the pile, and he'll move the chains. Boy, just a tremendous footwork back there, waiting for something to pop open. And that offensive front gives him plenty of space.
There's just so many bodies. I mean, it's one thing to have tackle to tackle, 5 across, then you got the tight end, then you got a couple up backs, and you're getting all this stuff. And what that allows is eliminating is a lot of leakage that gets in there. Those deep front guys, they play on all fours. They're constantly crawling, bear crawling. So much time with their nose 6 inches off the grass, just trying to get penetration and force a change of direction. You're just not seeing much of it here.
Defense head coach. That penalty is going to be half the distance to the goal.
Oof.
Automatic. 1st down.
So the penalty against the Rocky coaching staff, and they said head coach.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk between the coaches and the officials today, good and bad.
Ball at the 9-yard line, Milanowski. Little stutter step, Milanowski. He'll fight it inside the 4-yard line. Inside the Case IH red zone, Milanowski.
Starting to see a couple other receivers. I don't know if Martinez has been out there, but Colby Martinez out there playing a little wide out for Montana Tech. They're running him off the field right now. 6'2", 195-pounder out of Columbus. Just another tall, fast, athletic receiver that just seems to just be the perfect fit for this Montana Tech offense.
Milanowski in the backfield. 2 receivers left. Here comes Pierce in motion. Real heavy formation to the right. Quarterback's going to keep it. To the corner, to the edge, diving to the end zone. He's going to get there, but there is a flag down, and you'd have to assume this is holding on the edge. Jarrett Wilson scrambles in from 4.
Offense, number 88.
Oh, they
10
get
yards
Pierce.
from the spot of the foul. Replay.
Pierce
Second
is
down.
upset with himself. Maybe he thinks he held, maybe he doesn't.
So he'll clear the corner here. Pierce working on the edge.
Not much error. Certainly wasn't a guy that was going to make the tackle.
So they get him with a holding penalty. That will back it up to the 13-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 13. 2 receivers each way. Jarrett Wilson with Milanowski. Milanowski now moves to the right side. Clock running. They'll happily take the play clock deep. Handoff, play action. Wilson has a hole. Jarrett Wilson to the 5. Wilson to the end zone. Touchdown, Jarrett Wilson.
Oh, now what do we get? Another flag?
Holding. Offense, number 66. 10-yard penalty. Replay.
So another holding
Second down.
penalty. We'll back him up another 10. Take a look here.
Walk-up squared up pretty good on 92 there against Dakota Sage, who's had a good ball game here today.
And it looks like, are we getting a timeout? What started as 1st and goal from the 4 is now 2nd and goal from the 23.
Conduct. Montana Tech University, bench. 15 yards, still 2nd down.
Well, they got the Montana Tech bench. They got the Rocky bench for unsportsmanlike conduct. Now I'm waiting for them to flag the crowd here. They're a little unruly.
We might get one before the crowd. 3:59 left to play here in the ball game. Tech leads by 11. So now we're looking at 2nd and goal from the 38-yard line.
We used to have a play for this.
2 receivers each way. Was it drawn on a Vu Nepkin?
No, but it had Mark Jensen in it.
Pass comes up short with heavy pressure from the Bears. That one's going to fall incomplete.
Ruling on the
3rd and goal.
Incomplete pass. 3rd down.
Out of all the years, if I could select one offense for 2nd and goal from the 38-yard line, it would have been when Jensen was behind center.
Okay.
Because he was a threat to run it in.
Yeah. No, that's a very solid point. So 3rd and goal from the 38-yard line. There was no flag on that last incompletion, so at least that. Handoff, Milanowski. Milanowski turns the corner, and he gets shoved out of bounds at the 31. That's going to bring up 4th down, and a field goal attempt, you're probably looking at 40.
Yeah, about 49, 50 yards,
okay.
I think.
All right.
49. I give him a swing.
I think you let the clock roll down. You've got 28 seconds to burn off of it. You can certainly make it a far-reaching finish to this one here. Coach Sampson talking to the white hat for a minute. Looks like they'll take a timeout here. So the Digs call a timeout with 3:04. Nope, clock is still running here. There we go. So they reset to 3:01. So they're going to take the delay of game and punt it.
Delay of game. Offense. There'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So
Please
delay a
reset
game,
the game clock
and they'll punt it away
to 3
here.
minutes and 3 seconds.
Casey Countsman.
3 minutes and 3 seconds.
We'll try and pin him back deep. Holcomb has been a quarterback here the last several series. He's 6 of 11 for 83 yards.
He looks the part.
Yeah, very much so.
Done a nice job since he came in.
Good pocket presence. So Montana Tech awaiting the punt here. Countsman, they're going to Let the play clock and the game clock tick down here. So Countsman gets the snap. Booms it. It's going left, and it will get into the end zone. So unable to get it down in Coffin Corner. That one will come out. Rocky Mountain College will get the football with 2:33 left to play here in the ball game. Montana Tech leading by 11.
Timeout on the field. Media.
And it looks like we have a timeout on the field. 2:33 left to play. With the timeout, we'll take one. We're back here after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Mark, orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine here in Butte, Montana. As an athlete, I think it's important to see a sports medicine specialist as we have a different skill set than your general orthopedist in terms of restoring anatomy and restoring function in an athlete. One of the most kind of rewarding things being here in Butte is being the team doctor for Montana Tech, Western, as well as the local high schools and middle schools here in town. It's very rewarding working with the young athletes.
Trident 5550, the Case IH Combination Application System Solution. A couple of key points for model year 2024 are going to be the addition of a 135-foot spray boom for that enhanced productivity, and then Aim Command Flex 2, the ultimate in advanced spray technology, individual on-off nozzle control, a host of other features, making the most of your product application. To learn more, visit your Case IH distributor or caseih.com.
Back here once again to Alumni Coliseum. 2:33 left to play here in the ball game. As Montana Tech leads by 11, Rocky has the ball at the 25-yard line. Boy, the energy in this game has just been odd. We've had some momentum swings, and then we've had the air taken out of the football completely.
Yeah, you're right there. That's the best observation of the day. Just the break in action, the penalties and all that really sucked the life kind of out of both sidelines.
Yeah. First down and 10 from the 20. Holcomb dropping back, steps across, airs it up, pass complete. And that's going to be a gain of 1.
Just a check down. That time with Weber coming up to react and polish off the receiver.
Lyra hauls in the catch. A flag down here as they air that one up deep.
A false start.
Now there's some John going on here.
And on this 125th anniversary of Montana Tech, I think we just saw our 125th flag.
Still second down.
I think you're accurate. You know, it was funny. We continually joked about the idea of we have a volleyball match here at 5 o'clock, and we thought it would be passing and things that would make the game long. We didn't realize it would be the amount of linen that was thrown. Second down and 14. Holcomb, he's going to swing it out to his right side. Pass complete, stiff arm, out of bounds at the 26-yard line. As pitch and catch out to Jacob Falor, redshirt freshman out of Arlington, Washington.
2-minute timeout. Timeout on the
we
field.
reached the 2-minute timeout here.
Timeout.
So the 2-minute timeouts will take one as well. Montana Tech leads by 11. We're back here, ladies and gentlemen, right after this.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
1:56 left to play. Our 2-minute timeout here. Oh, we're not supposed to call it that, are we?
Yeah, you are supposed to call it the 2-minute.
Oh, am I? Okay.
And not the 2-minute warning.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's it. I knew there was something I was going to get in trouble for. So for Rocky Mountain College, they have their homecoming next week as they'll be hosting Western. Then they're at Carroll. Montana Tech is on the road at Southern. And then the College of Idaho comes to town. 3rd down and 5 here for the Bears. Holcomb out of the shotgun. Tech brings 3 to the defensive front. They'll rush 3. Pass downfield, complete across the 35 to the 37-yard line. That's going to move the chains as Darius Haskins with the reception. They'll quickly get to the line of scrimmage. They'll set the chains, and the clock is underway. Holcomb gets the snap, airs it up, has a man on the sideline. Good footwork, now out of bounds at the Montana Tech 46-yard line.
That's Lyra out there.
Lyra's had a nice day.
Running past the first down mark, just coming to a stop.
Lyra, 9 catches, over 120 yards receiving on the day. 1st down and 10, Rocky at the Montana Tech 47-yard line. Dropping back, Holcomb has time, 3-man rush. Across the middle, tipped out. Great defense that time by Montana Tech.
Yeah, it's Weber coming up. He's had a nice game. Not just getting the deflected pass and the touchdown, but he's had a good game in coverage, both in passes broken up and reacting to shorter passes coming up, not missing tackles. Does a nice job out there in that secondary.
We've had 22 flags thrown today, 14 of them against Montana Tech here this afternoon. 2nd down and 10, 1 back, 4 receivers. Tackle rush 4. Holcomb delivers right side. Comeback is complete. And out of bounds just inside the 30-yard line. They'll say clock continues to run.
There we got a little action out of David Lowry out here to the wide side of the field.
So 1st down and 10 here for Rocky. Ball at the 30-yard line of Montana Tech. Clock is running. Holcomb dropping back. He'll air it up left side. It goes off the helmet of the...
That go off Lowry's helmet,
It went off right off the back of Lowry's helmet. And that will stop the clock on the incompletion. As that one smacked, let's take a look on the replay here. Lowry, back turn to the football and thump. It's good placement.
Yes, sir.
Especially if you have a head the size of mine. 2nd down and 10. 1:11 left to play. Montana Tech looking to go 3-0 on the year. The first in-season top 25 list will be released on Monday. Step it up. Holcomb delivers. Back shoulder again. Tipped up and intercepted at the 6-yard line. Across the 20 out to the 25-yard line. As with the interception is going to be Justin Weber. Montana Tech gets the football, and this one is done.
Weber, 2nd pick of the day. Both off deflections. That one off the offensive. That's Haskins down there. Tries to make a catch from the seat of his pants. And the ball just caroms off his legs, I think. Off his legs.
Looks like it hit his knees, and Weber right there for the interception. So Montana Tech will take over at the 25. Take a pair of knees, and this one will go into the record books. Montana Tech will start the season off 3-0. And Rocky will fall to 0-2.
Shout out to Justin Weber. 5'10", 180-pounder out of just a redshirt freshman out of Pasco. Chihuahua, excuse me. What
hand off to Johnson.
Chihuahua High School. Chihuahua?
Not even going there.
Timeout.
Rocky will call a timeout.
That's their first charge.
So Rocky is going to burn their timeouts
30
here.
30-second timeout.
They're just aggravating you.
The game clock.
Don't they know?
At 56 seconds.
Trying to keep you from getting to the gym.
I have to pack up gear and get my crew over to the gym. 56 seconds left to play here in the ball game. Frontier Conference action, as we mentioned. Rocky will be at home for homecoming next week. Western will be in town. And the Digs will be on the road to Ashland, Oregon, taking on Southern Oregon. Couple of monster games left for the Digs. The way this season has started has just been murderer's row with Western, Carroll, Rocky here today. Next week is next week is Southern Oregon, then College of Idaho, and then they'll get into Frontier Conference East play.
Seen a few people banged up a little bit today, but both have been back in the game. Both Umale and Johnson left the field hurt, but both got back into action. So Montana Tech has remained relatively injury-free here.
Keith Johnson across the 30 to the 31, a gain of 4. He'll hold on to it. Rocky will call their second timeout.
Timeout.
49 seconds left to play.
That's their second charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Few dark clouds kind of hanging out with us, but still weather is held nicely here today.
We supposed to get weather today?
Boy, all week it looked like we were going to. And luckily, we have avoided it. So again, as always, thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision. We are 40 minutes away from volleyball inside Valley Bank Arena. That's not making my anxiety crawl through the roof at all.
Big Sky Conference scores. The Grizzlies are down 23-17 with 2:45 left to go in that game.
And they got North Dakota, right?
Yeah, and then Montana State Bobcats playing San Diego. It was 24-0 at halftime. Now 41-7 final.
Okay. So 3rd down and 4 for the Orediggers. Wilson. They'll stretch it. Wilson's going to go straight. Wilson's going to pound his way to the 35.
He's getting a bad spot. I think he comes down on the 35-yard line.
Boy, depending on the spot here. Nose of the football shy of the 35. Yeah, from our angle, that looked like a bad spot here.
I think Kyle might challenge this. I think he just yelled he wants to challenge this ruling.
You get 2, so you can have max of 2 a game, I should say. You get 1. If you are correct, you get another one.
The ruling on the field is the runner was short of the line to gain. We have a timeout, Montana Tech. They're challenging the ruling on the field. The previous play is under review.
So they will go to the replay tent, the TDS replay tent. The 3rd time we've been there today. 44 seconds left. So the white hat will slowly make his way to the tent.
And our good listener out there in Williston, North Dakota, Tim Schwartz, just officially stuck a fork in his ear, I believe. He said the next time he heard the word white hat, he was going to jam a fork in his ear.
Oh, I'll tell you. Our officials, I believe, have had more screen time than players today. As always, thanks for joining us here. So as we look to get the final 44 seconds in the books, remember Montana Tech on the road at Southern Oregon, as they will be 3-0. And I'll be interested to see where the top 25 rolls out to. I mean, there's so much that has happened. There's been a lot of big, teams that are both in the top 5 that have already played here this first couple weeks. Western with that first game lost, but has played well. You've got the Frontier Conference is going to be well represented, and I'm very interested to see where it all shakes out on Monday.
Yeah, I am too. This team certainly won't get ignored. There's 3 good wins here to start the season. I mean, it's one thing to have to open against Western. That should speak volumes in itself, right? And winning that game 38-21 or whatever it was, and then going into Carroll College, never an easy job to go in and get the job done there, and handling the Saints, and then coming here against a Rocky team that I didn't know what to expect. I just rarely do out of Rocky, but this is a pretty good football team. I think they're going to win quite a few games this year. They're going to be tough to beat. They're good in the defensive front. Certainly have secondary that can cover and play and tackle. And in the offensive front, by and large, Novak might disagree with us. But by and large, they kept a lot of pressure off him today, and Holcomb's had time to throw. They do a nice job, and then carrying the ball, Ping, they're sound enough in the running game. So I think they'll be there.
Well, and I look at as much on the quarterbacks as, the offensive line has played well, but also the quarterbacks trust in them. There's a lot of times where that pocket was absolutely minuscule, and they stood in there anyway. They trusted their guys up front, and I think that's been a huge part of it. They move it out to the nose of the 35-yard line.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned.
Yeah, I thought he got the 35-yard line.
Reached the 35-yard line.
So
Montana
Rocky
Tech is not charged a timeout.
No timeouts remaining.
Their challenge.
Rocky's head coach is really happy right now.
That results in a
the
first
Digs
down.
will get into victory. They'll take a couple knees, and this one will go into the record books. 34-23 our score. Montana Tech leads by 11. Wilson under center. He'll take a knee. We'll have to do it one more time, and this one is done. Actually, no, we won't have to.
Shake hands. This one's over.
Some words being exchanged. And again, remember, they will play again in Billings. Coach Stutzreim comes across the field. And he will meet Coach Sampson. And this one is done. 34-23, our final. Montana Tech will take down Rocky Mountain College. And they will go to 3-0 in Frontier Conference play. And they find themselves in an awfully good spot, but still some very tough road games and home games out in front of them here this season.
Absolutely. And a good handshake there at midfield between the two head coaches. Both, if I could read the body language, both sharing the frustration of the tons of penalties that were called here today and exchanging best wishes moving forward, but a good cordial handshake and an embrace out there on the field of play between two head coaches that I have to be pretty proud of their teams. Rocky in a loss here today. They came back, played hard. Heart goes out to old Sunshine Novak there.
Novak, there you go.
His arms pinned pretty close to his breadbasket. He must have maybe banged up a shoulder there. That hard hit he took on the completion and the touchdown to, I can think of that name.
Oh, as far as Tel Arthur?
Yeah, Darian Haskin.
So let's run through this real quickly. 22 penalties here in this ball game to wrap things up. Montana Tech, 69 offensive plays, 366 yards of total offense. Jared Wilson, 9 of 16 through the air. He threw for 94 yards, 1 touchdown. He had 1 interception as well. Wykees Johnson, 27 carries for 141 yards. Milanowski, 12 carries for 82. Wilson had 12 carries for 47 yards. Michelotti, 2 catches for 39 yards and 1 score. Pierce had 3 for 37 for Montana Tech. On the other side for Rocky Mountain College, 56 offensive plays for 407 yards. Novak was 11 of 19 for 224 yards and a pick. Holcomb was 11 of 19 as well for 138 yards and 2 interceptions here on the day. Ping had 12 carries for 45 yards on the ground. And receiving-wise, Haskin had himself a great day. Haskin, 6 catches, 124 yards. Same with Lyra, 9 catches, 123 yards for Lyra. Haskin had a pair of scores for the Battlin Bears. Rocky Mountain College will be at home next Saturday as they will host Western for homecoming. Montana Tech is on the road to Southern. They'll be down to Ashland, Oregon, and that one should be a dandy as well. Should be a top 25 battle between two very good teams in Ashland as the Digs at 3-0 as they take down the Bears 34-23. Final words?
Nothing. Good effort by both teams. I know you want to get going, so we'll see y'all in a few weeks.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision. For our incredible crew over in the booth and the cameraman up above, Ron Haskett, I'm Paul Panisco. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you in just a few minutes. Take care.